Okay. Sorry for the delays, guys. Hey, Masters. Welcome to the King Puff Cup 27. I am That's Right. I am joined today by Javo10, and we will be doing your group stage. Javo, why don't you introduce yourself?
Hello, sorry, I muted myself, my bad. Um, we're chilling, streaming. I've been playing Minion Masters for a little bit now. I used to stream for a bit, and we'll see. I guess how this goes, casting.
So KPC 27, we finally got a stable patch for a tournament. So that's good. No balance changes either this patch as well. We've been trying to avoid that happening again. So any predictions going forward you think might be a common theme during the tournament, Javo?
Yeah, I think Ravager is gonna be banned a whole lot.
You think so?
I played with Gamer yesterday a lot. We probably played about 50 games, and like that deck could just be piloted by anybody. And then if you are good at the game, it's really scary. It's super hard to beat.
All right.
Yeah, I would. What about you? You thinking there's gonna be a common theme here? Or?
I think it's gonna be Ravager and King Puff that gets banned all the time. I think those two are definitely really strong masters right now. If we could go to the pre-game screen, obviously we're gonna be spectating for our first match, Video Gamer 77 versus Sane. Sane is quite a fairly old school player. He's from the Steam days. Haven't seen him around too much, but obviously he's back now, and we're looking forward to that. Yeah, that's getting set up right now, so I can talk over the masters in the meantime, though. For Gamer, we've got Milloween, King Puff, Rappo, and Ravager. For Sane, we've got Setsu, Stormbringer, King Puff, and Milloween. Seeing a bit of resurgence in Milloween this tournament, from what I can see.
Yeah. Again, we played quite a bit yesterday, and I think Millow's fairly strong. I feel she's in the top 4 slots right now. You could argue.
I think Milloween's strength mainly comes from how universal her perks are. There's really not a bad situation for them. Like the Arcane Golem is just a ranged warrior that's never not going to be useful.
Yeah, and then you got spells that are so prevalent, like Shock Rock and Daggerfall and Sunburn right now to kill a lot of those archers and like a lot of those weaker minions that we got going around flying a lot. So
we actually don't see either of them bringing that Sunburn though. Interestingly, so maybe they don't respect the King Puff matchup. You don't see anyone who's been playing on Milano lately will tell you that Sunburn is the go-to tech card to deal with King Puff, because KP loves the drone buzzers.
Yeah, pretty much. Just dealing with the stupid shields is kind of ridiculous at this time. They're just it feels super strong and annoying to deal with.
Other than that, obviously you've got Video Gamer bringing the super aggressive Ravager deck. The one obviously he might have been practicing with you, and yeah, there's a lot going on in that deck at once. You got the Rammer, you got the Dragon Ball, you got an Incubus and Cleaver. That's a really scary push to go alongside the Brutus. You even got a Crystal Sentry in there just for that perk 2 synergy with the Frenzy. If you want to view the decks for yourself or you're watching from home, what you can do is you can go to the tournament link, and then you can go to, just find it here, go to matches, you go to Swiss Cup, and you can select the round with a drop-down box to round 1. Click on the match you want to view the details of, and then go to players, and the deck list will be listed there. So hopefully that covers it. There is also the decks command, I believe. That can also show you that, but we got it on the stream now there. So Gamer bringing the Rappo. Rappo, surprisingly, still turns out to be pretty much a sleeper hero. People really, really underestimating Rappo's power.
Yeah, I'm thinking Rappo's always done a little bit better in tournaments than on ladder because people tech a lot of blast masters and stuff. And in tournaments, you can kind of ban that away or like pick around it a little bit. And so I think Rappo's has been fairly strong for a while in tournaments. And right now, I think we are going to see quite a bit of a resurgence in him because he does deal fairly well with things like King Puff and the Ravager push.
Yeah, it's actually, there's a very interesting point from Pitman there. No Apex. There's a lot less Apex this tournament than when we're used to. Apex just seems to have completely fallen off. He's no longer considered one of the top masters anymore.
Yeah, which surprises me a little bit because the RNG, the free cycle is just so good. But the chances of getting like things like Mana Puff Madness right now as your 2-drop just kind of like ruins it, and Wall doesn't help you out a whole lot either. So I think some of his free cards, you can just lose you the game off the start.
Yeah, Apep finally got indirectly balanced, I suppose. That, and he also really does not fend well against these super aggressive King Puff or the King Puff in general is a bad matchup for Apep, but also the Ravager is really good, where you just roll Apep over before you can even get started. Apep has a lot of trouble against those kinds of decks.
Yeah, and he doesn't do well against Milloween's perk 3 either, and he's tend to plan for the long games. I just think the Meta Masters are kind of what's strong against him.
The Meta Masters right now are either super aggressive decks that aim the game about perk 1, or they're decks that are specifically designed to go the long game, and Apep can't really compete with either of those because he's very much a mid-range kind of master.
I am super excited people are playing Scream Scrat too.
Yes.
Like when this card came out and it was a 2-drop, I was playing it then, and I was like, this card is actually good. And it took me forever to convince EJ that it was any good. Sorry, video gamer. And then now that it's been switched to 1 mana, a ton more people are playing it. I think this card was good at 2 mana, and at 1 mana, it's just unreal.
Yeah, it's surprising actually. We didn't see too many people playing Screaming Scrat last tournament. Maybe that's because they haven't quite learned the card, because it's not the easiest card to use for a 1-drop. You still have to put quite a lot of thought into it to get the maximum value out of it. But when you do, it's a crazy good card, and we're finally starting to see a lot of people picking it up as that go-to 1-drop. On par with Illusory Cleaver in terms of power level, I'd say. They're both really good cards.
I think it's stepped up a little bit too, as because the rammer's been coming a little bit more prevalent, and just getting that one hit from the rammer even, or just getting it to chase away is so valuable in a ton of matchups right now.
Yeah, 1 mana to prevent 160 damage. That's pretty worth.
Yeah, and it also might grab you that bridge and whatever. And if it explodes, it does damage to whatever's there. If you misplay into it or something, it's a ton of value sometimes, and you can't.
180 damage by mistake. Yeah. It just does a lot for 1 mana.
What else do we
effect
got?
on its own is good enough.
Sane is bringing D-Nest in the Milloween, which surprises me.
Does it? D-Nest is pretty good now.
Is it? I mean, I haven't messed around with it a little bit, but I guess
I'd like quite a bit of experimentation immediately after the buff, and some people were having quite a bit of success with it. I know Kaz was trying out some really weird double D-Nest deck, and that was crazy good.
Oh, Kaz will try anything, so.
Kaz is pretty much the hipster at this game. He'll play anything that isn't meta.
Yeah, him and Bob.
Hey, Bob just plays draft. That's the hipster mode.
Yeah.
I know because I play it.
Is there anything else that's kind of surprising to you? That's out there right there.
Satan's Stormbringer deck's pretty unusual. We got a Drone Walker, we got a Ghost, Whirly Scrat, and Beam of Doom in there. Those are unusual Stormbringer cards. You don't see those often.
You don't see Ghost a whole lot in general. I think Whirly Scrat does okay right now. Just based some of the Scrats that you face in Morgul being it beats Morgul, I believe. And so, but Ghost, I don't know if you'll get a lot of value out of Ghost this tournament.
Yeah, I don't know what the Ghost is there for. Maybe we'll find out, but maybe he's just using it as a value kind of thing. I mean, we look at Gamer's lineup, he really doesn't have any removal to get rid of a Ghost efficiently. The best he really has is Dragon Ball and some of his decks. The rest of it really can't hit it. And I suppose because people are relying on Wheel of Doom a lot right now since that card got released, it's going to be good against that, because obviously Wheel of Doom can't hit air. So maybe they're just relying on a complete lack of removal from the opponents to get some value steals. Because, I mean, the thing with Ghost is, even if you possess a free mana unit, that's still pretty value for you. Because essentially what you've done is you've instantly killed an enemy's free mana minion, and then spawned yours right where it was to begin with. That would basically be, it's a huge swing in your favor.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's no way to remove it real well, and if Satan was hopefully having some success with it in scrims or on the ladder, I don't see why it wouldn't work in tournament. I expect Gamer to leave that one open though, and probably ban away Let's see. I bet you Gamer bans away the King Puff, and
Almost certainly, yeah.
I hope Sane bans the Ravager because, yeah,
I imagine Same will bang the King Puff and the Ravager, mainly because Ravager's really
yeah,
good, and Gamer is known for his King Puff at this point. So
yeah.
someone goes far to say he's the best King Puff player, so you really don't want to leave that unbanned against him. As for Sane, bit of a wild card. I remember him playing quite a bit of Milloween, though. I think he was quite good with her.
I think just based on where the meta sits, King Puff and Milloween are just the better masters of his lineup, and it would just make sense to ban those two.
Yeah.
He's playing like full RNG Milloween there, pretty much. Blind Date, we got Cheese Date, Raging Reinforcements.
I mean, the Raging Reinforcements is kind of like soft RNG because you can control it these days, but I don't think the Blind Date is honestly that bad of a card. It's kind of weird to think about. What is this though? Is like a majority spell deck to go with that Dragon Nest, but Blind Date is an interesting inclusion.
I don't like Blind Date. I just don't. But other than that, he's running Beam in 2 of his decks, and Gamer's running Beam in 1. It's nice to see that Beam's not in every deck anymore, but it's making a little bit of a comeback. For a bit there, nobody was running it, and I was worried it was going to go out of play because of Wheel of Doom. Seems to be not the case.
It's hard to say. I don't think they really serve the same purpose, because obviously Wheel of Doom isn't anywhere near as good on face damage, and obviously the Wheel of Doom, you can hit the stuff behind a sort of like tank push. It's even more versatile than the Wheel of Doom, but you pay the mana premium for it.
I think Wheel of Doom is single-handedly destroyed the toilet Stormbringer. It's so annoying.
Was it even alive though? I hadn't seen that deck in a long time.
I mean, I played it a ton, so I'm pretty sure if I was playing in this tournament, I would have brought it if Wheel of Doom didn't come out. But I feel like that card is so versatile and so strong right now that I would run it 4 to 4 decks, and a Gamer decided to run it in, I think, 2.
Yeah, he's got it in. He has it in his Milloween, and he has it in his Ratbow.
Yeah.
The Ratbow one's quite interesting, but I guess you don't really care about killing your Scrats.
No, you just run those things over.
Oh, apparently the bans were sent to you?
Bans were sent to me?
Yeah.
Okay.
If future heads up people on the stream, please send the bans to Erethias. He is our moderator for today.
Okay, I can just tell you bans were Gamer banned Setsu and KP, and Sane banned KP and Ravager.
KP and Ratbow, okay.
No, Ravager.
Ravager. Okay. It'd been interesting if he banned the Ratbow, but
yeah,
those are about what I expected. Gamer banning the Setsu is interesting. Maybe he just doesn't want to deal with the counter aggression from that.
I think that he probably has the similar opinion to me as I would have banned Milloween as the target probably there, but the randomness he probably not too worried about it, I would assume.
All right, so we get those bans up on the screen, and then we can communicate to the players that they can start their game. What do you think they're going to open with then? Sane's got a bit of an awkward lineup remaining, obviously, since the only ones unbanned are the Stormbringer and Milloween. Those decks look pretty awkward to play with, and I think that's exactly what Game went for with the Setsu ban.
Yeah, I think that Gamer probably plays Ratbow first because it's good against both remaining decks that are Sane.
Yeah.
And Sane I would assume would be going with the Milloween.
Yeah, Ratbow's actually be pretty good against that Milloween because interestingly, there's no removal spells in that deck. No Daggerfall, no Shockrock, which is really interesting for a Milloween spell deck. You'd expect to see one of the two in there.
Yeah,
just for that AoE removal.
I would rather see one of those two than Black Hole because at this point there's not really a lot for him to Black Hole. So I think I'd rather see Shockrock or Daggerball.
I think the idea is he Black Holes the dragons to protect them from removal. It's the healing Fireball I don't really understand. What's it healing? The Arcane Golem? Is that worth it for a deck slot? For like a slot in the deck? Doesn't feel like it.
No, not with your No, not unless your Arcane Golem gets big enough. Not unless you get into perk 3.
I feel like that's too optimistic, honestly, for that kind of Milloween deck. Like, I'd rather see the Shock Rock or something else entirely, honestly.
Yeah.
He does have Grenadier, obviously, in the deck. There is that for AoE removal, and Grenadier is a really strong card right now. That card being downscaled to 2 mana, no one could have foreseen how much of a buff that would actually be. It's you can just drop it wherever, and you really don't care if it gets removed, because it's 2 mana.
Alright. Well, as predicted,
we're in
Gamer's
game.
playing Rappo.
Yeah, here we go. Game is starting off with the Rappo up against Saints Milloween. Hopefully we can get... There we go. Streamer is on the ball today. So Gamer starting up, capturing those bridges with the Scrats. And then both of them play pretty silent. Plays the blind at the back of the ring, but unfortunately gets a Divine Warrior. That always hurts.
Propeller Scats at a Gamer. Those... I've determined those are maybe the most annoying thing to deal with.
That Wheel of Doom is... Okay. Okay, Gamer. You're gonna do that to him. That's pretty devastating.
Oh,
that Sane's entire strategy pretty much countered there with the Wheel of Doom. I didn't even think about that.
This is looking pretty rough.
That's a rough matchup, yeah.
Yeah, Gamer with already doubling Sane's XP. Yeah. What do you do? I guess he goes for another push and gets something in front of that Dragon Nest.
Yeah, the Bazooka Scrat not too useful there. The Wizard Puff also not useful against the Rappo. Sane's not having a good time here so far.
Oh,
there comes a D-Nest, but here's the Wheel of Doom. Kills the Arcane Golem and the Nest.
This Rappo deck just cycles faster than the Mellow. It's crazy.
It's a hard counter to the Mellow deck just with the Wheel of Doom alone. There's nothing that Dragon Nest can do about it.
That XP lead just continues to grow.
And there's a Daggerfall as well. Just get rid of that Grenadier. Oh, the Bannerman's there. Unfortunately, Grenadier isn't actually that much DPS. The Saints can take a lot of damage here. Gets a Sniper Scrat out. It's still really not that useful. I think the only Cheese Day result in this matchup that's remotely useful is going to be the Scrat Horde. And he gets a Gex! Which gives Gamer plenty of time to save up some mana. Sane's not too happy about it.
Sane's probably realizing this one's looking pretty rough.
Yeah. I mean, Chucho in the chat pointed out he can block the Wheel of Doom with a Golem plus Bannerman, but he doesn't seem to be able to go for it. And Gamer was waiting for that nest to come down. He was hovering over the Wheel of Doom there.
Yeah, I guess that's the only way to would be to deal with it is the Bannerman plus Golem, but even then, I still think that at this point, the XP lead is a ton.
Yeah, Gamer's almost got double the experience 3 minutes in. That's crazy high. A decent Stun Blast, at least. Keep the Arcane Golem alive for a while, but there's a Sniper Scrat again. Not particularly useful against that many targets.
Yeah, would have probably liked to see Scrat Horde there. Oh, that's a decent card versus Rappo if you keep it alive. Unfortunate.
Kills his own Curse Bearer with the Wheel of Doom. Sane actually does have an opportunity to get this Dragon Nest online if he goes for it. Looks like he's saving up mana for it. He's going to do it quickly before Gamer can cycle back to the Wheel of Doom again. And it looks like that's happening very quickly.
Yeah, he wastes the Bannerman so he can't protect it either once he does get the wheel.
Yeah, and Game's got the wheel in hand. Sane's waited a bit too long on that one, I think. Yeah, there it is, just in time for Gamer to get it back in hand.
Oh, that would have been...
it by the nest, he would have protected it!
That Zhao, too, just so good in this matchup. Sane just having constant spells.
And a Curse Bearer against the Crystal Construct as well. That's brutal. Has to play a Bannerman on its own for defense here.
Well, the XP lead tells it all. Wheel of Doom, BM finish. There we go.
It's not a BM fish. That's 150 damage.
Okay, I'm sorry. I would have waved bye-bye as I did it. My bad. Yeah, so I guess the game went kind of almost as expected. The Milloween into the Rappo, and then Wheel of Doom just counters DNS.
So yeah, Satan has to win this against the Rappo with the Stormbringer now. I'd say this one has a bit of a better time against the Wheel of Doom because it's got the Warrior and the Whirly Scrap, and it's got some air units in there. But that Wheel of Doom just looks like it's going to dominate this matchup.
Yeah, I think it's got a better chance as well. It's not as random, and you can kind of predict what you're playing a little bit more. Where you need almost versus that Rappo deck, you need specific cards, not just random ones.
Yeah, and obviously the Wheel of Doom just completely shuts down the Dragon Nest matchup by default. Maybe that's why people aren't playing Dragon Nest right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it after seeing that.
I would not recommend playing it on ladder after seeing that. At least bring a Warrior or something. Then again, I suppose it would be worth it if you can just drop a Warrior by the Dragon Nest just to protect it, but...
Yeah, you could bring Warrior, Scrad Tank, Divine Warrior. I wouldn't mind any of those options.
Interestingly, if you had Raging Reinforcements Warrior, that would have worked, but I don't think he ever did that.
Yeah,
I believe he got it a couple of times, though.
Yeah, I think he got it at least once. Alright.
Here we go.
Game 2, Stormbringer vs. Rappo.
Gamer just playing patiently for now, getting a cheap bridge grab going. So the stint in Stormbringer, that's a bit of an interesting choice. I don't think I've ever seen a Stormbringer use that.
I feel like Rush used it in one of his tournament decks last season and had success with it. But other than that, I don't think I remember seeing it.
It's not too bad of a range unit, really. You can see it in Stormbringer over the Plasma Marines. Then again, it's wild cards. Actually, he couldn't play Plasma Marines again.
I would rather him play Crystal Archers than I think a stint, but maybe he has a reason for it.
Probably the mana cost, honestly. Oh, that actually misses the stint. That's pretty huge for Sane. He's keeping up a little bit better this time, but with the amount of pressure Gamer has on these bridges, it's really not saying much.
Yeah, and Gamer's got the HP advantage here. Sane's got to get something going. This Rappo deck just so hard to no pressure.
It's just got so much pressure on these bridges. It's really hard for Sane to come close to matching it, especially with these high cost cards. And oh, that Wheel of Doom!
He even gets face damage there.
That's perfect. Sane just really had an unlucky time with these deck matchups.
Yeah, unfortunately, I just think that's the Milloween that he built just does not run into this Rappo well, and Stormbringer doesn't do super well with swarmy minions either. So, I guess that's good for Gamer. Good on his bans. Way to see it how it is. And that one propeller scrat just going to be annoying. Grab the bridge.
Yeah, always hate to see that happen. We're going to be seeing it happen a lot with the Nether Bats as well when that comes out in any Battle Pass. Just going to randomly blink onto something on the bridge and be super annoying for 1 mana.
Gamer pretty much using the Wheel of Doom as face damage there. It kills the Whirly as well, but that's just a consolation prize at this point.
Makes sense to do that.
Anytime you can kill 4 mana worth of stats and get some face damage on wheel, is pretty much worth at this point.
Just this high level of pressure. Saints never really able to push out, even with the Lost Legionnaires. I mean, the Legionnaires have been doing quite a lot of work for him, but it's just not enough.
Perk 2, well, should help him out quite a bit. It might be a little too late, but...
Possibly. Game is going to hit Perk 3, and that's when there's way too many targets for Stormbringer to effectively snipe down. Oh, the Wheel of Doom actually A bit of a miscalculation there from Gamer. Actually gets blocked up by the Whirly Scrat. That's some lost value for him, and the stint redirects onto the Propeller Horde. Not Propeller Horde, the Propeller Scrats.
Gamer taking a decent amount of damage there, and Sane most
Yeah,
importantly
Sane's getting that extra range is helping Sane out. A Drone Walker as well is going to be especially frightening for Gamer to deal with. He has to Wheel of Doom that, I think.
Whirly Scrat. No, choosing to Wheel of Doom.
He just to go with the Whirly Scrat.
Looking for the face damage, obviously.
Yeah, he wants to end this game now because he realizes the bonus range on Sane's units is actually becoming a bit of a threat. Drone Walker to get rid of the Divine Warrior to get rid of the Drone Walker. Lost Legionnaires coming on out. Nice efficient DPS to protect Sane with. Yeah, Gamer's having some issues breaking through now. He's got to rely on that Wheel of Doom.
Yeah. Wheel of Doom plus Daggerfall looks like the ways for Gamer to win here.
Here comes the Drone Walker again, but there's a lot of targets on that bottom lane. Needs some support. Elite Swarmer will do it. Wheel of Doom to kill the Whirly Scrat again.
Yeah, not even face damage that time.
He almost tries to Daggerfall that, but that wouldn't work. There's no Daggerfalling a Drone Walker. There's a pretty big push coming on the bottom lane. He's going to maybe consider Daggerfalling it. No, he goes for the Divine Warrior, which connects onto the Drone Walker.
Divine Warrior is such a good card, right?
Yep, the stint managed to take out that Xiao Long, but here comes the Wheel of Doom. That's going to put the nail in the coffin. No, his own Warrior blocks
his own Warrior. That
could be huge for Sane. This could be an opening. Perk 3 could matter a lot here. He manages to kill Gamer.
Perk 3
This goes for Mana Frenzy now, I think.
Yeah, Rappo's going to have a hard time breaking the Stormbringer once it gets to Perk 3.
Too many targets there, but another Drone Walk comes on now with Elite Swarmer in front. But that's just too many units. They're getting destroyed down there. That's a huge push from Sane, just deleted there by the Daggerfall. And there's the Wheel of Doom. Sealing the deal. Sane put up a good fight that game, but the Swarm from Rappo is just way too much.
If he would have taken a little less damage early game, probably would have had a bit of more of a chance there. Gamer couldn't really push past Perk 2. It was pretty tough. He only needed 500 damage left.
Yeah. He needed the Perk 2 to stand a fighting shot simply because the range mattered a lot against all those scraps. Just the swarm amounts. The safer he could keep them with that extra range is what did it for him. But unfortunately, like you said, he took too much damage in the early game. And then Gamer's Rappo was just way too much pressure. So Gamer takes the set 2-0.
Is this Sane's first tournament back?
In a while, yes. All right, so we'll be setting up for round 2. I think we'll be going to a quick intermission now, while we get the last results in, and then set up the next match. So, well, Shiniba could take us to the interlude screen and then set up some music. All right, Masters, we're back with round 2. So I'm just going to quickly recap the round 1 results before we go into our round 2 matchup. Okay, so we had JF 2-0ing Menno. We had Gimme the Juice 2-1ing Roll. Adrian 2-0's Erendis. Nuki Lagu 2-1's Hirosuke. James 2-0's Crabhead. Fossa 2-0's Sean Lucky. July 2-0's Dr. Death. Darian 2-0's Nitwitty. Gamer 2-0's Sane. Zinyu 2-0's Chris. Grey Wolf 2-0's Zygen. Hagen 2-0's Universal Flare. Chavron 2-1's Yamate. Panucci 2-0's Matranos. Fozin 2-1's Arkizan. I believe J. Arvin has unfortunately been DQ'd to illegitimate decks, so Westland wins. No, I shouldn't say illegitimate, I mean invalid. But Westland wins that matchup. Decimus 2-0's Reitu. Thinking with Portals 2-0's Dover. TGX Andy 2-0's Cupid. And Cat got a bye. And as for round 2, we will be watching Adrian versus Cat the stream will be from Cat's perspective. So, Jabo, Adrian versus Cat. These are two very experienced players.
Yeah. I haven't played a lot versus Adrian, but he's done well in quite a few tournaments, and obviously Cat is Cat.
Cat's an extremely seasoned player, yeah.
Pretty much a beast. Was winning a ton of KPCs last season. Was looking to win the KPI, but Mephisto just went on a tear.
And Cat wasn't able to attend the KPI, unfortunately.
Yeah, I did not know that, so that's good to.
Yeah,
good to
apparently
know.
Cat was on holiday at the time.
What do we got? Cat's bringing mortar. That's got to be one of only a couple mortars in the entire tournament, I would assume.
Yeah, people do not like the mortar right now. I think people not bringing mortar is a mistake. I think mortar is really good right now against this meta. This super aggressive meta. If you play a old school kind of like big minion mortar, and then you stick a bunch of low cost cards in it, I think he's really strong at the moment. But we see Cat bringing the Armored Escort mortar, which is quite a popular flavor right now. It's not good against the Wheel of Doom, obviously, but it's really strong against pretty much everything else.
Yeah,
Not
good against Wheel of Doom, but he does have things to throw in front of that wheel once he plays the Armored Escort back with the Scrat tank and the Whirly Scrat and the Crystal Sentry. Or not the Crystal Sentry, but at least two things to protect it. Adrian's bringing APEP, which surprisingly one of the few APEPs. Also playing Armored Escort. Adrian's playing Armored Escort in 3 of his 4 decks.
Yeah, Adrian likes it. It's a strong value card. I mean, you're basically paying 6 mana to get 8 mana worth of minions. Just the problem is getting to use that effectively sometimes.
Yeah, and Wheel of Doom is just so good against it if you're not running something to protect it. I guess he's got a Divine Warrior to throw in front of it, and a few, all of them.
I don't think either of them are running Wheel of Doom, though, so it's not really relevant to this matchup. Yeah, no, neither of them running Wheel of Doom.
Not a lot of spells in general out of them. Daggerfalls and Shock Rocks, which I think Shock Rock is so underrated right now. Could definitely be picked up by a lot of people.
Yeah, Adrian obviously. So the actual heroes themselves, we got Adrian with King Puff, Ravager, Setsu, and Apep versus Cats, Stormbringer, Volko, King Puff, and Mortar. Gatling Bike is Stint for people that are confused. It's usually the untranslated units that the King Puff Cup's using. That pulls from the developer names, basically. So you'll see stuff like Deadly Twins, which is Shashrak Twins, or Dynamic Duo, which is Gorak Brutes. But Gatling Bike is Stint, although I've seen quite a few people just start referring to Stint as Gatling Bike now, because honestly, that's a way cooler name.
That is definitely way cooler. Can we stop using Stint?
Yeah, can we have a petition to rename Stint to Gatling Bike? Get that started on the stomp, maybe?
Who do you expect, what do you expect for bans here?
I'm pretty sure Adrian will ban Cat's KP. The other one, though, hard to say. I don't know what else you'd ban from Cat. Maybe the Stormbringer, because I know Cat's quite good with Storm. I think Cat probably bans KP from Adrian. And then probably the Ravager as well, just because of how annoying Ravager is right now.
Yeah, I think I would fully expect Cat to ban Ravager. I expect Ravager to be banned constantly throughout the tournament. Just talking with some people yesterday, and that seems to be the deck that they're most worried about, just because that first push is so dangerous. As far as Adrian, King Puff, Cat is definitely a good King Puff player. And to be honest, I would just be scared of the Mortar, but I expect him to ban Stormbringer.
Any sort of slow, control-y deck from Cat is a threat worth banning, honestly. So we've got the bans coming in now. Adrian bans Stormbringer and Mortar. So he actually takes out Cat's Mortar instead of the King Puff.
Yeah, which I could see. You could be scared about the Mortar. It's not a lot of people are bringing it, and so therefore maybe you might not be expecting have much practice against it even.
Yeah. It's actually quite an interesting Mortar, because I believe the setup for that is that Cat is going for the triple Crystal Sentry squad. We get the Crystal Sentry and the Armored Escort, and that can absolutely shred things, considering you can spawn it with Mana Surge.
Mm-hmm. I absolutely love that combo. I was playing it the other day versus video game when we were practicing. Super strong. You just run it down, mana surged up, and what do you do
Yeah,
versus that?
that's like what, close to 200 DPS.
Yeah,
Crazy strong.
It like one shots things like Incubus almost, and it's just insane.
And you still have 6 mana left over to do whatever with. Once it's taken out, whatever you want.
Do we have any word?
I don't think we have any word on Cat's bans just yet. Oh, there we go. Cat bans Ravager and Apep. Cat banning an Apep is really interesting.
I'm wondering if the old mentality of Apep's OP is just playing a little bit of part in here.
I don't think. I'm pretty sure Cat never respected the idea that Apep was OP.
Well, he should have, so. But I'm just surprised that he lets the Ravager go through. I think that deck just wins off the first push very commonly. Although Cat...
Yeah, hard to say.
Cat is a super strong player, and I would assume that he's probably got some tricks up his sleeve or some practice against it.
Yeah, I'm certain he can defend against it. What's interesting though is that Adrian's actually banned out both of Cat's Armored Escort decks. But even then, I think Cat's other 2 decks can defend quite well against the aggressive stuff like that. Especially the interesting inclusion of a Fire Imp in Volko. That is not a card you see in Volko very often, but it's still really good.
Yeah,
okay,
playing it behind...
Wait, okay, Cat bans King Puff, not Apep.
Ah.
That was a mistake on Aerifiers. Well, not Aerifiers, I think it was just a mistake in the bans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I mean to throw anyone on the bus there.
All good. That makes a little bit more sense to me anyways. The King Puff is super hard to deal with. I fully expected... Or sorry, the Ravager's hard to deal with. And the Apep is, like we said, kind of dropped off a little bit.
Yeah, so that would leave Adrian with the Apep and the Setsu. I guess he probably opens with the Setsu. That's probably the stronger of the 2 decks here. As for Cat, Volko and King Puff. I think Volko's pretty decent against both of Adrian's remaining masters. So
I think he plays... Cat plays KP? Or is that his... Sorry, it's KP and what's left for Cat?
Cat has the Volko and KP left.
I bet you Cat...
Wait, yeah. Yeah, KP and Volko.
I bet you Cat plays the KP in order to maybe hide the Volko a little bit, see if he gets both wins on that. Just because it is on stream, and I fully expect him to want to hide Volko and Mortar a little bit.
I mean, the deck was public, so...
Yeah, but you got to see how he plays it.
Yeah, I suppose so. Oh, I think we are going in again. Yep, here we go. We have Cat starting up with the Volko, and Adrian starting up with the Setsu. Oh, instant Scrat Horde from Adrian to take those bridges.
Mortar coming out. Oh, no, just a Silly Cleaver. No, Morgul coming out to grab the bridges back. Volko dealing very well with Scrat Horde. Dragon Whelp to come down from Cat just to keep the bridges and kill that Incubus. Rammer come down, do a little bit of face damage for Adrian. Stint, clean up the Plasmarines, Staggerfall just to do some damage. Both bridges to Cat. Bot bridge is going to be super important. Volko's bridge, always important. Surprised Cat played the...
Adrian doesn't seem to be taking that bridge very often, but there's a black hole. It's going to get rid of both Divine Warrior shields. I'm not really sure that was worth it. Well, I guess he's worried about the Spear Throwers getting killed by that Flame Imp.
Also, his Divine Warrior was going to run out first by about a second or 2 there, so makes it even. Clearly losing the trade anyways.
The Incubus is fairly annoying to Cat. Can't really deal with that without the Divine Warrior. Which starts attacking Scraps, unfortunately. That's not what Cat wants. Yeah, it's a red misplay from Cat, actually. Incubus does go down, but he's not able to take that bridge back. And we see Adrian prepping up the armored escort.
This is kind of the push to look for, is the armored escort, build up some mana and see what Adrian does with it. Burn the Bridges dealing pretty efficiently with those sentries, but Rammer does get a couple hits off. Black holes the flame imp. Falco cannot deal with that Zhao very well. Ooh, that Divine Warrior targeting that flame wind is pretty big going down there. Armored escort to come out again. Adrian is behind an XP, but I don't think that's going to matter this game. I think the chip damage is what matters most, and Adrian being able to put down a push with that rammer.
The burn of the bridges comes out, and war and the flame up as well. That melts that armored escort. Dragonbob's gonna start trying to kill that rammer, but Adrian gets a lot of damage in on Cat's face here. That might be a bit too much for Cat to deal with.
Oh, Adrian's in well played.
He thinks it might be over, but I think Adrian's still in this game.
That's interesting. I thought he was still in it too. Maybe he doesn't think he can cycle, or maybe he's playing the BM game. Who knows?
I think Adrian's the kind of person to BM, so...
I would hope so.
I think Incubus is going to do a lot of work here, though. Gotta go straight into the Divine Warrior. Maybe seeing a black hole here from Adrian?
No black hole. Just right into the Flame Imp.
Nope, he's going face. He's going all in here. There comes the rammer out as well to set you the tank up for it. There's the Warrior on face. He has to black hole it, though. Rammer doesn't get nearly as much damage in as he'd have liked.
That Volko just doing chip damage, too, right now. Pretty much over.
Here we go. The final blows. Nope, he doesn't have the bridges. Agent, there we go. Finally goes down.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Adrian's enforced in that situation just because Volko's able to chip him down from about 700, but maybe not playing it correctly, playing those sentries right into that Flame Imp.
That, and I don't think, I think he should have rushed the bottom bridge instead of the top one. I know there was the Divine Warrior there, but as soon as the shield goes off, I think he should have focused on taking that down and pushing through that bottom lane since it's so dangerous.
And Divine Warrior doesn't really stop Rammer too well, so you can just Rammer and jump face. Yeah, I would have liked to see him go bot bridge there too. I wonder if he just had thought that that was game when he said well played and top, and maybe his mindset wasn't right to throw into the rest of the game.
Yeah. He did have some good plays overall, though. His black holes were particularly on point this game, it felt. So he gave Cat a pretty good run for his money with that lineup. And now, obviously, he's down to the APEP, which is a much less aggressive deck against the Volko.
Less aggressive, but a little bit more bridge control-y. So maybe you won't fall behind as much in that, and might be able to play the long game and the totem preventing a lot of that chip damage and a lot of damage in general.
Here we go, game 2. Adrian bringing out the Molten Apep.
He played Scrat Horde both games to grab the bridges.
Could have just been a bad opening hand.
Yeah.
It does force Cat to do a very inefficient play to get the bridges back, though, with that Morgrel. The problem is, I don't think Adrian has another way to take the bridges back again, which means it does work out in Cat's favor. Oh, he's going straight for the Armored Escort. Maybe he's going to try and push it in before Perk 2 hits this time.
I mean, I think that's the play. I think he realizes that his Armored Escorts were just getting dumpstered by the burn the bridges, and this is your best stop.
Armored Escort and a Xiaolong. He's hovering the Daggerfall. Vibes against it. There's an Incubus on the bottom lanes wall and a Rammer on the top. This is actually threatening.
Divine Warrior are going to soak up a lot of the damage from the sentries, but that Rammer and Incubus are going to do some work. Oh, misses the Dragon Well.
Dragon Well. That's unfortunate. Loses about 100 points of damage there.
Daggerfall getting
just to soften up those units for him. I feel like that worked out decently well for Cat. And he got a free bridge, buddies. That's going to help him a lot here.
Adrian taking a lot of damage from this push, though.
He is. Obviously, he's going to have to rely on perk, too, to keep him alive. But you don't want to be taking this much damage early game again. He's going for the Armored Escort again with stuff on his face. I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
this is critical levels of damage.
Cat might have perk too before he's able to play it as well. And that obviously we saw last game, burn the bridges.
Yep, Cat's gonna have burn the bridges coming on in here. With a Divine Warrior to hold them in place as well. And Adrian does not have a black hole this time to protect them. So they're just gonna melt.
If Armored Escort is going to be this prevalent in the tournament, I think bringing Valka was a great choice. Just being able to burn the bridges, hold stuff there with Divine Warrior.
Ramit gets a couple of hits in there, but I don't think Cat really cares with this disadvantage going on. He's gonna take that top bridge.
Cat's just looking at keeping that top bridge and keeping it flowing. He'll take a few hits from that Rammer, no problem. Dagger follows the Plasma Marines, gets a hit off. Just looks oppressive. Valko dealing well with Scrat Horde too. Cat's bridge control game just seems really on point this tournament. Has enough bridge control with bridge grab with Scrap Rack and Morgul, and then Divine Warrior just to hold anything there. Burn the bridges again, comes out again to burn the sentries.
That's pretty much summing up this set for Adrian. His Armored Escort was strong, but it just gets melted by Volko.
Yeah, I think his play this game was to try to play.
We have an illusory Cleaver lethal. Death by balloons.
Yeah, his plan this game to play Armored Escorts before perk 2, I think, was the right plan, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out.
Cat was really good at handling that push. It was a scary push, but Cat was super good at defending against it with that Divine Warrior.
Just proves I think Divine Warrior is too strong and should be run everywhere. Also dealing with it without much spells in that deck too. So no Wheel of Doom, no nothing like that. Just able to push it down with pretty much minion tank and Valko.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're going in game now. So we got the Millween versus the King Puff. I presume this is game 2 of the set. Hopefully our streamer is able to get in this time.
Yeah, I believe this is game 2. I did not see you on the first one. I stopped paying attention. My bad.
Okay.
I think it was Nitwitty just because he was up so much, but wouldn't confirm.
Yeah, it looks like Nitwitty's got a pretty strong start so far against Sane, the Legionnaires and the Spear Throwers.
Just to go.
It's a brutal Dragon Ball.
Solid Dragon Ball. Just to confirm, it was Sane that won because he was playing Milloween last game, so.
Okay. So currently it's 1-0 to Sane, but Sane took 1,000 damage there from Nitwitty.
KP obviously a strong master right now, a little bit scary with that Dragon Ball. Just being able to be thrown in his deck now.
Ooh, the Scrat Tank's out of range of King Puff's auto attack. That's not fun. And the Fire Imp is going to get hit by the Scrat Tank.
Might die to the Scrat Tank.
I think it'll just barely survive. Oh. No, it does die. Just barely.
A little bit of a misplay there from Nitwitty. That Cheese Date pulling out a Sniper Scrat. Fairly solid Bannerman to protect everything.
Yeah, Nitwitty does have the advantage in terms of health, but Sane's quickly starting to spiral out of control in terms of experience. And there he is, setting up the Dragon Nest. But this is looking like a very juicy Dragon Ball coming in from Nitwitty. There it is. Yeah, Sane not really able to get too much out of that Dragon Nest in the end.
Blind Date getting a Blast Fencer there. Probably not what Sane was looking for.
I'm actually getting a bit of an attack particle bug, but that seems to just be a spectator thing. But I'll have to check that one out in the office. But now we've got the 2 Arcane Golems. This is a bit of a pain to deal with. There's a stun ball, perfectly timed stun blast from Sane.
And the black hole
into
now.
a black hole.
You get
Everybody's gonna feel the pain.
Got a level 9 Arcane Golem hitting you in the face right now.
And he took a bazooka scrat to the face with rage. That's 300 damage. And then suddenly that health advantage is just completely evaporated.
And the XP advantage went away too. Like I thought it was close, but Sane with the big advantage right now.
Sane was about 15 ahead earlier, now it's close to, it is basically 40. But Sane still getting some good damage in on the face, but the Bannerman shields making that raging reinforcements really annoying.
This push is looking pretty tough. Sane with the stun blast in the face. I don't know if that was necessarily needed, but Sane with the overwhelming pressure. I guess that's how that Melloween's supposed to work. Just crazy amount of pressure, and if you're not like he was playing Cat, not like Cat, then can't deal with it that well.
Yep. Alright, I'm just going to try and confirm real quick that the results was a 2-0. And then we should be able to move on to round 3 finally after those delays. Okay, yeah, we're able to confirm that is a 2-0 for Sane. So let's check out those results without any further ado for round 2. So we had James 2-0ing Gimme the Juice. We had Nuclear Goo 2-0ing Fossa. Dirian 2-0's Chavron. Zinyu 2-0's Fozen. Grey Wolf 2-0's July. Video Gamer 2-0's Hagen Gnome. Westland 2-1's Panucci. I think... Did Decimus drop out?
I'm not sure why it's just saying a W there, maybe?
I think he... I'll try and get a confirmation on that. JF 2-0'd TGX Andy. Cat 2-0's Adrian. Rolled 2-0's Yamate. Hirosuke 2-0's Akazam. Menno 2-0's Universal Flare. Erendis 2-0's Dover. Crabhead 2-0's Cupith. I believe Sean Lucky has resigned from the tournament, so he has been disqualified. Same 2-0's Nitwitty. Betranos 2-0's Chris. And Reitu 2-0's Zygen. And our next matchup we'll be spectating is Nuclear Goo versus Dirian. As soon as the results go live on tournament, you'll be able to view the bracket. It's a bit delayed right now, I think. I think tournament sometimes takes a little bit to update, but we'll be watching Nuclear Goo versus Dirian. This is quite a classic matchup, really. Both of these players very experienced.
Yeah, Nuclear Glue, obviously, very prevalent draft player. Extremely good. And then we got Dirian. Is Dirian still playing the Rappo this tournament? He's still playing that red golem Rappo that everybody's terrified of.
Seems like it. Nuclear Glue decided to be annoying and actually be offline on Steam.
Yeah.
So, I guess we'll have to spectate Dirian's perspective.
Round 3 appears to be up now. We have the interesting matchup. I want to see what Video Gamer vs. Cat happens.
Oh, that's a stacked matchup right there. That's a couple of good matches here. We also got JF versus Grey Wolf. That's another good set. Anyways, let's check out the deck list the participants are bringing in this one. So obviously we have Nuclear Goo bringing Apep, Milloween, Kingpuff, and Rappo versus Dirian's Rappo, Volko, Setsu, and Milloween.
What do you expect for bans here?
Honestly, I question if you ban Darian's Ratbo. Red Golem's really out of favor right now. I'm not sure if it's that good.
I feel like I've seen people make that mistake before, and Darian just surprises you with how good he is with that deck. But I don't know if I would ban it either, just because it is so out of meta. I would expect that Volko to go, and then out of Darian, I think you'd see the bans of King Puff. And I think I would ban Goose Rappo. It just looks a little scary, especially if he gets a good card out of that Future President with the Dragon.
Future President
Dragon Ball.
Rappo in general is very scary, yeah. And obviously the Assassin or the Spear Throws. Actually, Assassin and Rappo, that's an interesting inclusion. Not a master I'd expect to see use that card.
I mean, I know Goo is oh yeah. Looks like he just like threw a little bit of a draft deck in for fun.
But no, I think other than the Assassin, that's pretty typical Rappo if you wanted to run a Dragon Ball in it.
Yeah.
It's just the Assassin is weird. Maybe it's just something he's keeping as a tech card.
Well, it seems like Goo is teched a little bit more than other people. He is running Blastmaster in his King Puff and Defenso, so I just think Goo might be teching a little bit more against other players than what we've seen in the past few games.
Yeah. Darian's decks. Only one Red Golem deck this tournament. The rest seem pretty typical, honestly. Those very low-cost curve decks.
I'm excited for the Gorak sacrifice, especially if Nuclear Goo doesn't have any answers for it.
Let me see. I don't think he does.
He's got Dragon Ball. And he's got Dragon Ball. I guess Blastmaster is kind of like a soft counter to it, you can. But
oh yeah, he has got the Blast Monster. That's a good point.
But I expect KP to be banned out of Darian, so I don't think it matters.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty obvious ban here for any of his real decks. Apparently we're having some technical difficulties on production. I'm trying to get this resolved. Other than that, Armored Escort Milloween strikes me as interesting, but that's probably to pair with the Arcane Golem. We got the bans in anyways. Darian is banning King Puff and Apep, while Nuclear Goo bans Setsu and Rapbo.
Leaving up the Milloween, which doesn't really shock me. You got Cleaver, which in that deck, which I don't really like that much right now, and it is a bit of randomness, and we saw that the random cheese state seems to not be working so far this tournament. And then obviously the natural ban when you play Darian is Rappo. He's just so good on that deck with the Red Golem. Even if it is out of favor, that guy will play that thing to a fault.
To recap, the bans have come in, so just get the bans in. Where are they? Darian bans King Puff and Apep, while Nuclear Goo is banning Setsu and Rappo. So going to deck building now, so hopefully that means he's picking his deck to start with, although I was hoping he'd have saw that during the downtime, but you know.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got it figured out. I'm interested to see this matchup just because it is a couple of classic players here.
We are going in game, and it's a Milloween mirror match.
The fight is on.
The double scrap pack opening. I like it.
Yep, neutral bridges.
Oof, Goo with the
actually gets rid of... Yeah, that's a really good Screaming Scrap.
Oh.
And the Elusive Cleaver not working out for Darian there.
That cheese state working out, though, gets both bridges.
You see Nuligu prepping up his Armored Escort.
Oh, coming with a prop horde. I mean, that was a pretty scary push, but now you have a decent amount to deal with from Goo. Good push. And he's got a lot of mana.
The Surge, the Armored Escorts. And Darian pretty much just needs the Cleaver down there to deal with them. He doesn't seem to be willing to commit it, though. He's being... This is quite greedy. He's going to take a lot of damage here from...
Energized Sentries do a surprising amount of damage. It's taken about 1,000 damage from that push. Just because you want to play a little greedy
as well, which will still up that Cleaver for quite a while. Flightless Dragon to take care of the Arcane Golem, into Shockrock to defend them. Screaming Scrat dies to protect from the Cleaver.
Tyrion gets a hit off on face.
Daggerfall. Scrat-Hoard's going to deal with that push pretty well, but there's a Morg right behind it. Slides on the bridge.
Q is a little bit behind, however, so Tyrion should be able to take a little bit of this damage and not too worry about it too much.
Shockrock
Nice
coming on
Shockrock.
out there, yeah. It's a good Shockrock from Nuclear Goo, takes out the whole Propeller Horde.
Q's kind of evening this game out a little bit here.
The missiles fly out from both sides there. That Cleaver's really scary for Nuclear Goo to deal with.
Yeah, and if Tyrion keeps up this lead a little bit, it's super hard in the Milo Mirror match when
he connects the
you're
face!
behind perk 3. Armored Escort coming down with the Arcane Golem to be a bit of a push here. They are energized. Tyrion does have the answer to them in Cleaver, though. This time not playing it as greedy.
Yep, the Armored Escort's going down there.
Propeller Horde coming out. Goo just looks like he's behind that little bit, which in a mirror match on the Milloween side is just absolutely terrible.
And that Cleaver's done so much this game for Tyrion with the amount of pressure it's been applying. The game seems to be pretty much revolving around that and not the Armored Escorts.
Yeah, now that Tyrion is perk 3 and Goo isn't, you got a little bit of time to make up for. You got to make up something here. Cleaver one hitting that sentry again.
Screaming Strat gets deployed, but Propeller Horde chases it. Takes the bridge back for Nuclear Goo. But obviously Tyrion here with the level 5 golems is such a huge advantage for him now.
Arcane missiles just to clean up the Zao.
Ogre deployed. Ooh, almost gets killed by that Arcane Golem, but it finally goes down.
That Propeller Horde just controlling that bridge real well. Both bridges.
Now things are looking really dicey for Nuclear Goo. Gets the Morgon down just before taking that damage to the face. Able to take care of the Cleaver, but now there's a level 8 Arcane Golem right next to his face he needs to kill.
Goo did get perk 3, however, and that's a big makeup.
And a Curse Bearer is going to help him a lot as well. Can't underestimate that. And the question is if he can hold out here, because he's going to start taking a lot of face damage. Tyrion's just going pure face now with these spells.
Which at this point in the game, it is a good choice. Goo with a good shock rock in.
Goo has to end this game now.
Even choosing himself to go face with the arcane missiles there.
One more loop should do it. No, Nuclear Goo didn't block the Nuclear Goo didn't block the missiles, so the Daggerfall's gonna finish him off. Tyrion takes game 1. He really needs to block those missiles.
Darien had a really good daggerfall in there, which just allowed Cleaver to hit face, I think 3 times at one point in time. Just too good.
Yeah, it's just it was a matter of the damage taken out of the game, really, and Goo took quite a lot. So when it came to the late game, he was in a pretty rough state where he had to try and defend himself from the Milloween spells, but Darien was cycling fast enough not really be worried about Nuclear Goo's pushes.
Yeah.
But here we go into game 2. Nuclear Goo with the Ratbo now.
Goo with both bridges, which is what you want on Rappo, and get that experience perks up quick. These flightless dragons have done work for Darien.
Indeed. Yeah, the DPS is really not to be underestimated.
Goo gets out that future present. Really wish we could see what that card was, but... Darien, the first one to hit perk 1. Fairly important on Milloween to be able to get that Arcane Golem out. Especially with how big he's been able to build them. Again,
And the
with
Cleaver
that
connects the face. That's painful.
Darien looks like
Darien
he's just been on point with his spell play too.
Yeah, Darien's playing it very patiently here. Arcane Golem and the Cleaver again. But we get stopped up on the Scrat, and then Assassin's actually doing a lot of work here.
Assassin just killed that Cleaver. Worth.
Yeah, with the Scrap back up, that was pretty good. You're still finding some value out of that. There's that Dragon Ball too.
Even before the Zao got out too, which is good. No rage. Q did make it to perk 2 faster, so he is gaining some sort of advantage here.
Oh, that Darko, that's really bad for Darien.
Tries to split the flightless dragons and doesn't get it.
And it's a good Dragon Ball, and the illusory Cleaver's so satisfying. That's one thing I'll never get tired of seeing. Nukagu's cycling extremely quickly with a Daka. Darien's not even halfway through his deck.
Goo's just doing Rappo things at this point.
Do we know
Grabbing
what he
both
got off
bridges.
the future present?
The spear chuckers?
No, I think Spit Thrower was in his deck.
I am not sure.
Have to keep an eye out. I don't think he's playing it much. If he
No,
has
I
got
don't.
it.
I don't think so either. He got the swarmers from it, I think.
Oh wow! Oh, has to be yeah.
Yeah, he
That's
got
a
the swarmers.
really good pickup.
Yeah, free swarmers for the whole game just allows you to control the bridge. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm fairly certain that's one of the best possible Rappo pickups.
Yeah.
It's a multi-unit. It's free.
Yeah, just the fact that it's free on Rappo just helps
That's
a
the
lot.
most dangerous part. Yeah,
Yeah.
Rappo over low cycle is already terrifying.
Mm. Yeah. Pretty much as soon as Goose started to get the cycle of that free swarmers, he's been in control of this game the whole time.
Oh, good arcane missiles. Oh, wait, what happened to the Scrap there? He turned around. He was gonna run backwards.
I didn't see.
That's interesting. I haven't seen that interaction before. He was getting blocked by the dragon, I think, so he started turning around.
If you haven't seen the interaction, it's pretty rare.
Yeah. I think it's just a weird interaction regardless.
You're gonna take a little bit of damage from this Propeller Horde, but not too bad.
Nah, about like 30 or so. Not too much at all. Another good Arcane Missiles deal with the Assassin. Dragon Ball's good, but it's not good enough against those Arcane Golems. And
Did kill the big one.
Once it hits perk 3 for Darien, it's going to actually be an issue for Nuclear Goo to get rid of them. You really need to rely on those Darkas now.
Yeah, it's pretty much a race for Goo to get Mana Frenzy, I think, at this point. He's going to have a really tough time pushing against that Arcane Golem.
Looks like he's building up for a Darka. There it is. No, redirection on a Spear Thrower! The last second.
Oh, that Assassin almost kills it. That's huge.
Now we got another Arcane Golem on the bottom lane as soon as he finishes up the top one.
Yeah, is he building up Daka again? Has to.
Yep, he's got it this time. Managed to lock in with that one propeller scrat. So annoying. Darien actually gets hit by the Assassin, and that's quite a bit of damage coming in.
Goo's got quite a big XP lead, and as long as he keeps this up, he should be fine. Assuming he's looking to Daka again.
Oh no! Gets countered by Darien.
Nice Illy Cleaver.
Now we got two Arcane Golems on the field for Darien. There's a Dragon Ball going to face. Nuclear Goo is very close to Mana Frenzy now. It just needs to hold out a little bit longer. It's a good Daka.
Huge Daka, important to get rid of that level 10 Arcane Golem.
That is two Arcane Golems on the bottom lane, and they're looking pretty beefy.
Goo is about to hit Mana Frenzy, about 30 XP ahead. So as long as he can get the bridges, he should be okay here.
Yeah, he should be able to swarm these Arcane Golems. Actually, these Armored Scratch is doing a lot of damage to him. He just took about 400 damage from them alone. But here comes the swarm. It's the Mana Frenzy Rappo. We all know it. Actually, the Propeller is just chopping it up.
Goo looking to Daka again. That Ellie Cleaver. Good play, Darien.
Darien again blocking the Daka with the Illusory Cleaver. He's really good at doing that.
I don't think it matters at this point just because of the cycle.
Yeah, the Mana Frenzy's too much. It's looking like Nuclear Goo's gonna take this. Yeah, that's gonna be it. Nuclear Goo takes game 2. It goes 1-1. Great play from both players there, but the Mana Frenzy just edges it out for Rappo. All those scrats too much to handle.
Yeah, I was surprised how much those armored scrats did to Goo. Almost probably like 800 damage there. It was bringing him quite low.
Yeah. It was a super close game and everything but experience. And even then, they weren't too far apart by the end of it. It was just that early bridge control that Nuclear Goo was able to establish helped them out a lot.
Yeah, that free Swarmers was just great for him. I would have liked him to see him use his Daka a little bit better once he saw that Darien was on point with his Illy Cleavers in front of it. But other than that, what's Darien's last deck here? He's got... Does he have Rappo as well?
Yeah. Yeah, Darien has a Rappo. I don't think it got banned.
Okay.
Let me check. No, it did get banned. He is left with Volko.
Volko. Well, the good thing about Volko is that it does do fairly well against the Scrats. He does one shot 5 at a time, I think, if they're clumped up enough.
Yeah, and he's got the burn of bridges as well. So
Yeah.
that matchup could go either way, honestly. But we'll find out as we go into the game now.
Good choice. Let's go.
You're in with a good opening hand. Assassin to clean up the warrior goo with both bridges. Needs to gain a little bit of XP back.
You're in almost floating some mana there. Not really too many good options there. There goes that future present, activating the Xiao Long.
That cleaver doing a lot of damage faced. Oof, that shot.
And it's gone. And Nuclear Goo is getting shredded here.
That cleaver plus Zhao Long are just doing so much damage.
We have a winner, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for
A little bit of an anticlimactic finish there, but Deering with some strong play. Good, I just don't think that Ghost was the right card for him, unfortunately. Also chose to play it while that Zhao was out. I think he should have probably waited, just clean up that Zhao and then get her down.
Yeah, wow. That was unfortunate that the set had to end like that. That was, yeah. So Duran's gonna take that set 2-1. So let's check the status of the round 3 matches now. Looks like we're still waiting on some results, so we'll be going to a quick break. We'll get some things sorted out. Stay tuned, guys. All right, we are back, and this time we didn't have any technical issues.
Let's go.
All right, so we'll be going into round 4 now. We're able to confirm that the Swiss stage will last 7 rounds, most likely.
Sprite cutout, so yeah, it will last. It will last 7 rounds. The Swiss stage.
Yeah. I don't know why it cut out there. I'm using push to talk now. It shouldn't do that, but the round 3 results are in, so let's go through those. We have Durian 2-1ing Nuclear Goo, as we saw on stream. Then Westland 2-1ing Zinyu. JF 2-1's Grey Wolf. Thingy with Portals 2-1's James. Cat 2-0's Gamer. Panucci is 2-1 by Hirosuke. Rolled 2-0's Decimus. Crabhead 2-0's Gimme the Juice. Hagen 2-1's Asian. July 2-0's TGX Andy. Chavron 2-0's Michanos. Fozen 2-0's Erendis. Menno 2-0's Reitu. And Jervin is DQ'd, so Fossa wins that by default. Yamate 2-0's Dr. Death. Chris 2-0's Akuzan. Nitwitty 2-0's Zygen. Sane 2-0's Dover. And I believe Erendis has dropped out of the tournament due to a hospital issue, I think.
Hopefully he's not in the hospital. Hopefully he's alright.
It sounds like someone else, but he had to be there, so
I'm excited to think of what Portals is. I think 3-0 now. I want to see how that works out. Yeah.
I mean, obviously it'll be showing up on the intermission screens, but yeah. We're going to be watching Zinyu versus Grey Wolf from Grey Wolf's perspective.
Also, Cat vs. Gamer, Cat 2-0's Gamer, when I hear they weren't super close. So Cat's looking pretty strong this tourney.
Yeah, Gamer's always had some troubles against Cat.
Can you name somebody that doesn't have troubles against that guy? He's an animal.
Mephisto.
Okay, well, Mephisto is just a different animal.
Whoever beat Cat last time?
I don't know.
Pretty sure someone beat Cat last tournament.
The Predator beat Cat, did he not?
Yeah. I
That's
don't
my
think
boy.
Predator's in this tournament.
No, he's in the chat though. No, so Cat's looking strong. Thinking with Portals is 3-0, which is looking good, and I think so is the Hagenome playing well too. What do we got here? So we have JF, Dirian, Westland, Thinking with Portals, and Cat are all 3-0. Cat did have a bye though, and Westland got a free win on the first one. So we have 3-0 at Thinking with Portals, Dirian, and JF.
All right, so on to this matchup. Grey Wolf obviously won the KPC last time, his first KPC win. And then we have Zinyu, who's been around, he's been quite prominent since the Discord release.
I haven't seen very much of Zinyu, but Grey Wolf is pretty old school player. I also Salty Barbarian,
one of our oldest players, I think.
Yeah.
Salty Barbarian Scott.
Sweet, that's hilarious. But yeah, we got coming out of Grey Wolf, Ravager, Valko, Stormbringer, Mortar. Surprised not to see KP, but I guess he's not really a KP player.
He's too aggressive to be a KP player.
Yeah, and then Zinyu's got Mortar, Milloween, Apep, and Rappo.
Actually, Grey Wolf's decks are really interesting. He's brought some weird ones. He's got a Cannon Roller I see in his Stormbringer.
He's also playing a red Golem deck too in the Ravager.
Yeah, that's very close to the Darien deck. That's interesting.
Except with Rammer and Dragon Ball essentially. And
it looks like it's got some scarily fast cycle, but looks like some high pressure gameplay.
I have no idea what the bans are going to be this game. I would expect that Zinyu bans. I would ban Ravager. And probably Valko, and leave with the Stormbringer Mortar, just knowing that Grey Wolf's aggressive and that those are maybe a little less aggressive masters.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just need to be right back 1 second.
That's fine. And then I would expect Grey Wolf. I don't know very much about Zinyu, but I would expect Grey Wolf bans Millamine Rappo. Again, for similar reasons. Mortar is slow, so Grey Wolf wants players to play slow, and Apep I think isn't as strong as Apep used to be right now. Grey Wolf's also running some drone buzzers in Ravager, and I really understand that because they're super strong at KP because of the shields. Where in Ravager, I think he should just run Plasma Marines instead. They both died to Daggerfall. We're delayed a little bit here, waiting for bans. Then we'll be watching Grey Wolf versus Zinyu.
Did I miss anything?
Not really. I think we're just waiting for the bans.
Okay. What are your predictions on bans then?
Like I said, Grey Wolf probably bans the fast decks out of in Rappo and Milloween, because I think that Mortar is slow. Grey Wolf wants people to play slow so he can play quick, and then Apep is just weak. And then if Zinyu knows Grey Wolf, you ban his Valko and Ravager because they're a little bit quicker.
Yeah, the Stormbringer strikes me as really threatening. I don't know why. It's something about that deck that really scares me. I think it's the Cannon Roller Armored Escort.
He's playing Wall, which I've been trying to convince people for about 3 weeks now. Wall is good at 2 mana. I'm confirming it now. Grey Wolf played it. He won the last KPC. Confirmed.
100%.
We just received the bans. Zinyu bans Ravager, Valko. Grey Wolf bans Apep and Rappo.
Leading Grey Wolf with the more traditional Mortar deck than that oddball Stormbringer.
Yeah, I would expect to see that Mortar deck first, probably, just because it's a little more evened out a bit. Stormbringer sings maybe a more specific matchup he wants out of it.
Possibly. Also begs the question of, does he think the Stormbringer can win twice if he loses with the Mortar?
Yeah.
Potentially twice.
And that leaves Zinyu with Rappo. No, sorry. It leaves Zinyu with Mortar and Milloween. So this Milloween has... Milloween has Wall and Clear Skies. I'm interested to see the Clear Skies. Again, I actually think Wall is really good right now. And it's undervalued. and the mortar has Stixie, which is a little odd, but I guess it's not a terrible res.
It's not the worst res. I don't think he's that bad right now. It's a really matchup-specific thing if Stixie's good or not. And against a sort of like mid-range control ones, like have the multi-units like the drone buzzers or your spear throwers, Stixie's really high value in those.
Yeah. Should be getting into the game momentarily here.
All right. I'm looking forward to this matchup. I want to once again give a shout out to our sponsors for this tournament. That is Steel Series, AMD, and Beta Dwarf as always. Thanks for making this tournament possible. All right, they have been given the green light. They've been given the green light.
Do you have a prediction in who's going to win this one?
Probably Grey Wolf. Grey Wolf's the favorite to win because he's the KPC winner. So.
Masters, get dueling.
All right. So we do have a mortar versus mortar mirror matchup here.
It's interesting. I missed that. That Grey Wolf's running the Crystal Construct close enough.
I think a mortar is still a good res because it does give you that extra mana.
That is rough. Grey Wolf is not happy about that. I wouldn't be happy too. Zinya's laughing it off though.
Nice Stixie. At least got some value there.
Yeah, but now it gets depressed after shooting the Curse Bearer. And obviously it's a Curse Bearer. Nope, the Dragon Ball protects him. It's a good play from Zinyu. But now Stixie is locked on the face. Not going to be too useful. And the Skull gets played right into a Cleaver.
And Zinyu looking pretty good here. That Dragon Whelp just doing work up top lane. Looking like it's going to be a Cleaver res for Grey Wolf, though. Oh, no, and the Shock Rock.
No, the Shock Rock from Zinyu. Beautifully done. He is answering everything Grey Wolf plays.
And only, yeah, res is a Plasma Marine. That's no worries. Stixie gets a hit off in the Succubus.
Zinyu is just playing this so well right now. He's giving Grey Wolf no space to work with.
Both tombstones up and pretty much a Cleaver and a Stixator res at this point. It's looking pretty tough for Grey Wolf.
He chooses to take that to the face. Not like there are any better options, really.
Cleaver res, Stixator res.
And the Stixie res. This is huge mana value for Zinyu.
Stixator snipes out the Zhao Long, too.
I don't think Grey Wolf has an answer to this. What do you do against this? He's answered everything Grey Wolf plays.
Oh, this is looking over. This is excellent play out of Zinyu here.
I rarely say a match could go perfectly, but this is basically the perfect match for Zinyu. He's performed flawlessly.
The Stixator has got some value too, which
And
I'm
the
still
Stixie,
surprised.
I am amazed how much value the Stixie got. Even got a face hit in. Zinyu takes that first game in a dominant performance.
And as the underdog too, you gotta look at that. But he got the perfect hand, but that was crazy.
So now Grey Wolf has to come back from that with the Stormbringer deck, and you think the Stormbringer deck's gonna be any good against that?
I don't think so. I mean, 6/8 kills a lot of the stuff in a Stormbringer deck fairly efficiently.
We just have the Legionnaires.
Yeah.
I think the Cannon Roller does survive it, and the Armored Escort as well.
Mm-hmm.
But if anything gets softened up, that Stixie's gonna go on a killing spree.
Yeah. Well, and Zinyu does have Daggerfall and Shock Rock to soften stuff up. So.
The Daggerfall might be enough for most of the units.
I do think that wall is going to help Grey Wolf out here a lot, just to stop that cleaver from hitting face.
Play cards.
Or does it stop the Stixie, mind you?
But I do.
The Tantrum Throw is a really interesting pick for Stormbringer. I wonder why he has that. Oh, but there's the Stixie, wiping everything out. So annoying. He didn't even get the bottom bridge in the end.
At least kills the Stixie with Morgirl here. Dragon Whelp is going to
Wait,
keep
no,
the
he
bridge.
didn't! Stixie's alive! He's stealthed again, the summoning sickness! It wasn't enough!
Oh gosh.
That's so unfortunate!
Now Grey Wolf just spent a ton to kill that Stixie. Wall looking here, coming in clutch. Will take
And
6.
the Dragon Wolf is still alive! What? That Cleaver targeted the Cannon Roller? I was certain I was gonna go face. Grey Wolf has the worst luck right now. The Dragon Wolf finally dies. This is tilting. This is tilting to watch. I'm
Yeah.
getting tilted for Grey Wolf.
Grey Wolf does have Shock Rock to stop the res, but if it's just a Curse Spray, I don't see the issue. I don't think Grey Wolf can afford to play Armored Escort here.
Yeah, I think he does. I think he has to. He's so far behind now. He has to come out with something big. It's not too much damage coming in. The only real disadvantage is the experience, but... Nice patience against the Cleaver there. The Wall and the Fire Imp have been deployed, so that means the Armored Escort is going to be pretty successful in this bottom lane here.
Yeah, I think that was played a little prematurely, knowing that Armored Escorts was coming out. Fire
Oh
Imp
no,
did
he
res, though.
resurrects it! He could have shocked with the Tombstone and prevented that. Cleaver takes out both of these sentries down there.
Stixie going off again.
Overall, that wasn't too bad for Grey Wolf, but a couple of missed opportunities there. I definitely think you should have shot rock the Tombstone. He's going for it again, it seems. He's not under much pressure right now, so there's no real need to worry about it too much. He's going to split the Armored Escort this time.
Which is good knowing that
Oh,
Wall
he
and
misses the
Flame-
Shock Rock! Which means it gets another attack off!
And do you really want to res this Cleaver at this point? Because that's what you're looking at doing.
I don't think he has a choice. He has to res that Cleaver.
Wall defending Stixie. People need to start playing that card. Wall is so good right now.
Yeah. Especially against the Rambas. That Daggerfall, the poor Plasma Marines. They'll even had a chance. And this Stixie. Zinyu Stixie has been phenomenal.
And again, what do you have to res that Cleaver and it's coming out with Frenzy.
What do you do about these Stixies? They're just gonna get resurrected anyway.
There's a third one.
And then there's a frenzied Cleaver coming in. A frenzied Stixie. It's horrifying.
Grey Wolf looking like he's in some trouble.
Look at that Stixie go.
Stixie saving Stixie there.
I think he's dead to the Stixies.
Yep, Shock Rock.
That's it. Zinyu takes a set 2-0 in a huge upset over Grey Wolf. I don't think anyone would have seen that coming.
No, especially not with Stixie Mordor coming out.
Stixie Mortar.
Who would have thought that Resin 6 and Cleavers was good? In a meta where those cards are not good.
And we can't underplay how well Zinyu played that matchup. He answered everything Grey Wolf played almost perfectly.
That first game was pitch perfect. Like you can't play it any better than that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen. I don't, for lack of a better term, I don't think I've seen someone get wrecked that hard.
Yeah. And the wall coming in super good for him. He used it to defend his flame imp and his stick saves, and yeah, I don't even know what to say. Like Grey Wolf is a good player. I mean, he basically got served.
All right, we'll be cutting to a brief intermission now while we get the rest of the matches done. See you guys in a bit. All right, guys, we're back. Sorry for the delays. Turns out some of the sets have to get restarted during that, but we're finally here. We're going into round 5. But first off, the round 4 recaps. We had JF 2-1ing Westland. Thinking of Portals actually 2-0's Darian. That's quite an upset. We've got Cat 2-0ing Nuclear Goo, James 2-0ing Rolled, Zinyu 2-0ing Grey Wolf, as we saw, Video Gamer 2-0's Hiro Suki, Crabhead 2-0's Hagen Gnome, July 2-0's Shavron, Mino 2-0's Fozen, Panucci 2-1's Fossa, Yamate 2-1's Adrian, Decimus 2-1's Chris, Gimme the Juice 2-0's Reitu, Nitwitty 2-0's Universal Flare, Sane 2-0's TGX Andy, Mitranos 2-1's Cupith, and Dr. Death 2-0's Archizam, and Dover 2-0's Zygen. And we will be spectating the Hagen Gnome versus Sane from Hagen Gnome's perspective. So what do you think about these players?
These are the two of the players that I don't know a whole lot about. So I guess I'm interested to see what they got going for them.
Oh, the Hagen Gnome is also offline. I guess we're watching from Sane's perspective then.
I mean, we saw Sane play already once today.
Very briefly, yeah. We saw him playing for one match.
Looked a little rough. The Hagen Gnome, I feel like he's a classic player, but I don't see him a whole lot. So
you don't see him much, but he's been playing for quite a long time. He's an old school player.
Yeah. So out of them, the Hagen Gnomes bring in King Puff, Setsu, Volko, Stormbringer, Sane, Setsu, Stormbringer, King Puff, Milloween.
Yeah, and
he's bringing a heavy Setsu deck.
He's bringing a lot of really weird decks. I see a Soul Stealer in there somewhere, I think. Yeah, and there's King Puff. And a Colo and a Setsu. You're right, that is a very heavy deck. That's one of the heaviest decks I've seen in the tournament environment.
Yeah, he's also got twins in 2 of his decks, in the Stormbringer and the Setsu.
He's got twins, he's got an Infiltration Shastra Colo kind of combo going on. That just feels super greedy.
Yeah.
Then he got his Volko, which is super low cost and aggressive with the Wheel of Doom and then all the low cost minions. Stormbringer seems fairly normal. Although I feel we don't see Divine Warrior much in Stormbringer. Simply because the card doesn't do enough on its own.
Yeah, I still don't think it's a bad card just because it protects plasma and stuff. But you're right, it doesn't do enough.
Actually, there's really not many ranged units in that Stormbringer deck. You got the Succubus and Sharkstrike twins, and you got Drone Buzzers and Plasmarines.
The Soul Stealer. Gosh, I hate that you can play Dragon Ball and KP now. Just gonna throw that out there. So what are you thinking? What do you think for bans?
I've got no clue, honestly. I don't know what these two players are like in terms of their bans. Because they're relatively unknowns to me.
I think I banned the Setsu just because it scares me.
What, Hagen Setsu?
Yeah, I think that I just don't want to see that. I mean, it doesn't look super hard to answer, but if you don't answer that Colossus with the beam and oh gosh, it could turn into a real show. Is the issue with that one? I think you would just ban it.
Yeah. I think you probably banned King Puff off the Sames because King Puff's consistent and strong. Probably ban King Puff on both sides, honestly. And then hard to say what else you banned from Sane. I guess you banned the Setsu again, so he's stuck with the really awkward decks like before.
Yeah. And then the Hagenome is running Wheel of Doom for that Milloween, and we've seen that that's a problem for that Milloween. Hopefully Sane realizes that and maybe bans that Valko away.
We're waiting on those bans. Yeah, both players bringing some interesting decks. Obviously, same with the Milloween Dragon Nest. No, we did actually see a full set with Sane. I think it was the first round we saw him playing against Gamer.
Okay. All right, we got the bans in.
Okay, yeah. They both banned King Buff and So exactly what I predicted. Nice.
Yeah. Like I said, that Setsu is super scary with that Colossus. I'm not in.
Alright, we'll go ahead and give those guys the green light so they can get started. Of course, watching the King Puff Cup 27, sponsored by SteelSeries, AMD, and Beta Dwarf Entertainment. It's good to have you guys back here again for the second tournament of the season.
What do you think they bring first? I think the Hagenome brings. I think Valko first. I think that would be the answer to that for me.
I think Volker does pretty well against both of the Saints' remaining masters. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, especially since if he pulls out the Milloween, you have that Wheel of Doom for that Dragon Nest.
as we know.
Mm-hmm. So if Sane sees that, I'm assuming that he brings out the Stormbringer.
Yeah, I feel like Sane will open with the Stormbringer, honestly, this time. I don't think opening with the Milloween's a good idea. It's kind of what they expect you to go with.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully you can get rid of that Valko with the Stormbringer, and that way the Milloween has maybe if you have to play the Millow against the Stormbringer, it's a little bit better of a matchup than the Millow versus Wheel of Doom.
Here we go.
Sane does choose to go with the Millow.
Yeah, well, I don't necessarily agree with it, but Hagen did not go with the Volker. It starts with the Stormbringer, which is interesting in its own right. Very passive start here. Sane actually managed to hold to the bridge there, but there's a Dragon Ball. Oh, no. Oh, the Dragon Nest does survive, actually. See if he can get anything out of it. Gets a Blast Mancer, not the best, and that the Flightless Dragon gets melted by the drone buzzers, but he does have the bridges, which is very important. But there's a Shark Twins coming out from Hagenome, and all of a sudden, Sane's in a world of hurt.
Especially since his plays right now look a little awkward.
I suppose Raging Reinforcements into a Stun Blast, maybe? Yeah, here we go. That's good. That's good enough. Nice bridge, buddies.
The last time go ahead. Last time we saw Sane play this, he did get very high arcane golems like early on in the game. It was up to like level 6 and 7 at some points.
Healing Fireball does connect full heal on that arcane golem. That'll help hold the line there for Sane. The dragon can't take it out either. And a Flightless Dragon can get some hits in. That's 200 damage on Hagen from that dragon. Yeah, and look at him melt to the Scrat Horde!
Oh gosh.
Oh, the black hole is insane!
Oh
no
gosh.
Pun intended. That black hole was nuts! Hagen's almost basically at no health now. The Arcane Missiles completely misses. But it doesn't matter, he's just dead! That black hole reaction from Sane is incredible!
That Scrat Horde with Rage did so much work.
That's like, what, 150 DPS?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
It was insane.
And then the Shark Twins getting black hole instantly was devastating.
I think he had to go with another answer other than the Twins. I know that he just played Dragon Ball,
yeah,
but I think he had to switch it up.
Super greedy.
I think this leaves the Hagenome with his better deck though versus that Millow, so he does get to play his Valko with that Wheel of Doom. Here we go, game 2.
Masters, get ready.
Hagen switching up to the Volker. Well, he has to, but...
Duel
I feel like that'll deal with the Scrat a little bit better than Stormbringer could.
Yeah, his Valko is just honestly set up to deal with this Milo. I don't know why he didn't pick it first. Same opening as last time.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You don't really care about the bridge buddies actually dying or not, so you might as well just do it like that. Now, obviously, you need to remember that this Volko deck does have the Wheel of Doom. There it goes.
Oh, he misses
No,
the...
he tries to ban it. That doesn't work. That does not work against Wheel of Doom.
He did, however, miss the Dragon Nest, so that is actually pretty big for Sane.
Yeah, that is pretty huge for Sane. He's gonna get a safe Dragon Nest out of it, but it's if he hadn't played the Bannerman, I think he would have been in a good spot. Now, just very patient play from both of them. The Armored Scratch, that's pretty decent. Soak up a little bit of damage. Let the Arcane Golem push on up. There's Hagen's Cleaver, though. Ooh, good Stun Blast. No, it's not enough. There's an attempted Black Hole there to prevent a Healing Fireball, but the Healing Fireball was too late anyways.
I think that was a greedy Stun Blast. You do Rampage this out there.
Yeah. If the Plasma Marine wasn't there, I think it would have paid off. Because then he could get the Healing Fireball in, but I don't think he accounted for it.
Need an answer for this Dragon Whelp, but it's going to do some deeps. I don't think you should play that there. It's risky.
Very risky. It's a pretty good angle for the Wheel of Doom as well. Oh, but Scotty might be able to tank it up. Yeah, Hagen's not going for it, and now you got a bunch of dragons there. A Healing Fire will be really juicy if he can pull it off. There it goes. This is looking really good for Sane.
Yeah.
The Wheel of Doom comes out, but what it does is kill the Scott.
Does get some damage out on the Arcane Golem, which is important as well.
That burned the bridges, though. That was pretty good from Hagen, but he's still taking a lot of damage from this Arcane Golem. There's the Sniper Scrap. That's pretty decent here, actually. Here he goes again with the Dragon Nest.
The Arcane Golem does protect it with the Bannerman shield on it, so that's a little bit better this time.
Yeah, this is looking pretty safe in the Wheel of Doom. Sane has definitely learned how to protect it. And that Sniper Scrat is doing a lot of work for him. It's looking like Hagen's gonna get overrun by this. Well, the Stun Blast's completely unnecessary. Sane takes the set 2-0. Very well played.
A quick 2-0. I honestly thought he was gonna have a lot more trouble with that Valko because of the Wheel of Doom, but once he put that Bannerman on that Arcane Golem, once he figured it out, that's over.
Yeah, it was great protection there in the late game from it, and then that deck just creates so much pressure. Hagen really can't keep up with. All right, we're going to be going to a quick break, but we are going to try and find a match that is in progress so that we don't have as much downtime as we did last time. So we'll keep you guys up to speed. All right, guys, we're back. We tried to catch a match for you, but blame FDM, technical difficulties. Yeah. So, we got the results from round 5. JF 2-0's Thinking with Portals. Cat 2-0's Westland. James 2-0's Zinyu. Gamer 2-0's Crabhead. July 2-0's Darian. Menno 2-0's Panucci. Nuclear Goo 2-0's Rolled. Hirosuke 2-0's Yamate. Grey Wolf 2-0's Gimme the Juice. Chevron 2-1's Nipwitty. Sane 2-0's Hagen Gnome. Fozen 2-1's Matranos. Fossa 2-1's Decimus. Dr. Death 2-0's Adrian. Chris 2-0's Cupith. Dover 2-1's TGX Andy. And I believe that is it for the matches. So on to round 6, where we will be watching Westland versus Menno from Westland's perspective. What do you think of these two then, Java?
Menno is I don't know, is a new player, I'm assuming. I haven't seen him a whole lot.
I've seen him around a little bit. He's not that bad, actually.
Okay, Westland was like my second viewer ever on my stream, so he's my boy. Might be a little biased here, but he looks like he's gonna win. I'm interested to see he's bringing Harbinger on the mortar, which is I've been trying to make that work for a while, so I want to see him make that work. And he also has a red golem deck.
I have been hearing that Westland's been training super hard lately. Like he wants to win the KPI this circuit, so I'll have to see how far that training goes for him. But the Harbinger Mortar are very interesting. Harbinger is a card that basically sees no competitive play, which I find really interesting because I don't think it's that bad of a card. I just feel like it needs something to make it work.
Yeah, he's also playing the Red Golem Ravager too, which is seems a little weird just because everybody else's Ravager deck seems like you go Rammer, Dragon Ball, you push to win. I expect that to be banned anyways, but yeah, Westland's deck it seemed a little bit more unique than everybody's. He's even bringing Annihilator and KP. Don't see that very often anymore.
You basically see it never, yeah. Actually, Menno has a really interesting combination, and I don't think everyone knows this works. So, Armored Escort actually works with Shashrak twins. Because when the Succubus is there, it counts as a ranged unit, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah. And he has
so
two activators.
You can do Armored Escort into Infiltration into Shashrak twins. And that's a huge push that absolutely gets killed by Wheel of Doom, but yeah.
Yeah, Wheel of Doom OP. That's what we learned.
Okay, we got the bans in. Westland bans Ravager and Stormbringer, and Menno bans King Puff and Ravager. So Westland banning the Stormbringer. That's interesting. It's a very heavy Stormbringer deck.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he is just worried about that combo of Armored Escort Deadly Twins.
That's not in those decks. He banned the decks without that combo.
Why are you banning the Stormbringer?
I don't know. It's a really heavy deck. Well, heavy for Stormbringer at least. And the interesting part is that he's going against 2 decks of the Armored Escort Deadly Twins combo. So
maybe that's what he wants. Maybe he doesn't think it's good.
He thinks he can answer it.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thinks he can answer with. Maybe the Harbinger.
Yeah, it probably doesn't kill Harbinger very well. But he can Infiltration the Harbinger. Should probably die unless he. I guess Westland's good enough.
Unless he does the Dragon Ball, the Infiltration needs to be played first, and then the Dragon Ball could be used against the Harbinger. Although this is a lot of mana, keep in mind.
Yeah.
We're getting into some real theory crafting situations. So enough of that. We're going in game. Volko versus King Buff to start off. Wait. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I'm incorrect. For some reason, I thought he banned the King Puff, not the Ravager. Okay, he only has to play against the Shashrak Armored Escort combo once. Yeah, I'm going Westland's Armored Escort. Doesn't really get that much done. And now the board is completely in Menno's control here. Usu Cleaver to take out the Soul Stealer.
Westland is keeping up though in XP, and he's got this Armored Escort here. I think he should be alright.
Unactivated Propeller Horde.
Good shock
Good
rock.
shock rock from Westland. Not enough, though, it seems. Actually, it might... No, wait, no, that's enough. I believe the Sentry will beat the drone bosses. Just barely. Super aggressive Dragon Wall there from Menno, but look at the damage it's gonna get in.
Westland is probably willing to trade that HP for the XP lead that he is currently getting, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal.
Yeah. Oh, that bridge swap, that doesn't really pay off.
KP's gonna be walking into perk 2 here pretty quick, his biggest power spike, so Westland's gonna be prepared for that.
Yeah, this is generally the best point in the matchup for most King Puff players. All those Legionnaires are getting melted there, but Westland ends up playing enough to get rid of the Mana Surge. Another good shock block. He needs those shields.
Doesn't really have a great answer to that Soul Stealer. Going aggressive Dragon Whelp there.
Oh, the Spear for it just takes the bridge before it dies. We've got a shielded Rama coming in.
Westland's gonna take some good damage here. Oh gosh.
Oh, the Xiao does not target Soul Stealer. It's not close enough.
I think that might be game.
That's
He doesn't
I
have
think
an
that's
answer.
game. I don't think Westland has anything for that. He needs the Shock Rock out, but that's not going to be enough. Menno takes game 1 off of Westland. That 10-stack Soul Stealer was just barely clinging on to life there.
A few misplays out of Westland, that said, I think could have definitely played it better. At some point in time, I think you just gotta let that Soul Stealer walk face and hit it with the Dragon Whelp instead of trying to aggressively kill it.
Yeah, oh, they're straight into the next game. Oh, yeah, yeah. Wow, that was fast. Westland quickly switching over to that Mortar, getting right back into the action, giving our streamer a workout.
Yeah, I was talking to Westland earlier, and he really likes this Mortar deck, so... And again, he's playing Wall. I love this Wall.
I love the Wall too. I'm a Wall believer. Wall got me to Grandmaster last season with Volko, so... If it was good then, it's surely good now.
Oof.
Oh, that Soul Stealer's good.
Look at the wall.
There's that wall. It blocks them up. That Soul Stealer's hitting critical mass. Well, Menno takes it down, though. Not too much damage taken. But here comes that Harbinger.
With that Tombstone, it should be ready, too.
But Menno's on the aggressive. He wants it dead. But can he deal with that Tombstone? Oh, it's not even going to die yet. He's going to res a Xiao Long. Not the best res here.
I don't know about that swap.
I don't know about that bridge swap. I think if he's going to do it, wait for the scratch to hit the bridge first.
I still don't think it's worth it just because that Zhao, you rampage that.
Yeah, Rampage Xiao against the King Buff is a lot of damage. King Buff does not have a good time dealing with that. Well, the Veil Horde should clean things up, though. But it's right into a Soul Stealer. A Tombstone played as a wall. And then another wall. Western playing super defensively here. Oh, the Dragon Ball completely missed! It missed everything.
Perk 2 will be the tipping point in this matchup, I think. I think if Westland can continue to get good reses off of both his tombstones, then he'll be fine. But if he doesn't, then the KP perk 2 will take over.
Yeah, that's a good Nagafall there from Westland.
I'd like to see him not play a weaker unit here to get a better res this time.
Yep, the whirly scrat's a decent res, so that'll do it.
Oh no, that was a good swap.
Yeah, that was a good swap. Played right into the wall.
I don't think it worked out how exactly you wanted it, but that.
That propeller horde though, the shields, the Solstila barely surviving that. It's not gonna get much done with that health.
It might
Maybe
though because
actually,
of the
I think it is.
protection. Yeah, he's got a Dragon Ball it.
Yeah, I think that's coming pretty close to lethal there. Benno in a risky spot. Another great daggerfall.
Again, willing to use those tombstones, those walls.
Wessel just being super resourceful this match. He doesn't need the resurrections to win this. Menno doesn't really look like he has much options against that whirly scrap. Oh, it's a good Divine Warrior. The shield, the propeller horde's pretty good too. I actually kind of like that bridge swap. Not anymore, I don't. Oh, it's a good Dragon Ball though, that's meaty! Westland taking a lot of damage here, but deploys the wall to protect himself from that rammer. The wall getting insane amounts of value this matchup. Oh no! He runs past the wall, connects the face! Both of these players now down extremely low. But Menno's got that perk free. Westland has to win this game here.
Oh, Westland grabbed the bridge!
The Solstice was right in front of it, a hair's inch away from taking it back. The wall tagging up for the Xiao Long. Westland trying to make sure he can't get any of those bridges back. Seals the game. Brings it to 1-1. Great play from both of them.
Was looking a little close there. I thought he had it for sure, and then that Scrat horde, or sorry, the propeller horde just kind of did about 1500 damage to him.
Yeah.
You know, Wall wins Westland the game there, because if he takes the rammer hits that he didn't take, he's dead.
Oh, they're straight back in it again. Okay. Both of them really fast on this trigger.
This is the Colossus Setsu, right?
No.
No,
this isn't. So.
This isn't the super heavy one.
This is the Shashrak Armored Escort Setsu.
Okay.
With bonus assassin. So yeah, this is the one I'm really interested about. Is that the combo he's trying to pull off? Either way, it's a lot of pressure on Westland early. Yeah. I do not agree with that daggerfall.
I think Westland's gotta have Zhao out when he plays that Harbinger, or else it's gonna get Dragon Balled every time.
Yeah. There's the infiltration. Not setting up for Shashrak turns. I'm really interested in what his combo is doing here. I feel like he might be doing exactly what I said, just trying to cycle around to that Armored Escort.
He might also think that Westland had got low enough off that first push. He could just win if he keeps going face.
I don't think he'd be wrong in believing that. I think that very well could tire his game out. But we'll have to see.
I think it all depends if Westling can get that perk 2 quick enough so he can start getting continuous
There's
reses.
the Armored Escort. I think he is going for it. Yep, he's going for it. Here we go.
Gotta have that
Harbinger
Zhao.
goes down. Wait, no, wait, maybe he might not have Shot Twins in hand, actually. The thing is, how does Westland deal with the combo? You know he's already 600 health with this. There it is. The star of the show.
Divine Warrior, not a bad though.
Not bad, but is it enough?
Oh.
No, it's not. The Incubus jumps onto Mortar.
That was unfortunate.
Oh, you read the rest of the Curse Bearer. Wessel's not dead yet, but the Assassin into the Setsu jump seals the set. Menno takes it 2-1. That Incubus jump onto Mortar, maximum range jump. He needs to be just a little bit more aggressive with that Divine Warrior play.
I also think that he needed to switch up his Harbinger play a little bit. If you're gonna play Harbinger, you need to have mana for that Zao, or you need a Tombstone ready.
It was just a really rough matchup. Like, Menno's deck had 3 counters to Harbinger in it. I don't know there's much you can do about that. So that's going to be it for that set. Menno takes it 2-1 over Westland. Now, I consider that one a pretty big upset. But once again, we're going to try and see if we can get in any match in progress. See you guys soon, hopefully. Alright, here we go. We're in game. Sorry about that. We finally managed to find a match we can watch in the middle of the rounds. This is Cat versus JF. I don't know what the result of the first game was. I wasn't able to actually get in game for that.
JF won in Mana Frenzy. He won with Clear Skies being an exclusive factor in that.
Oh, okay, thank you. He loves his Clear Skies, isn't he? He's been playing it a lot lately.
Yeah, I mean, it just kept healing up the Arcane Golems at like 7 or 8 stacks, and you can't do anything about it.
I might have to try that now. Also, we see a very rare misplay from Cat, unable to block the Wheel of Doom with Divine Warrior. Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. The Clear Skies is going to be very good against King Puff's second perk.
Yeah, get rid of that rage.
Bye-bye, drone buses. Get deleted.
That's an interesting tech. I like that.
I don't think it's even a tech. I think it's just a good Milloween card. I mean, it's basically better than Healing Fireball right now, so...
Yeah.
I remember the days of Healing Fireball being 2 mana. Man, that card was so broken and no one realized.
Oh, and JF's not afraid to take this face damage either, because he can heal quite a bit of it.
Hmm. As the Flightless Dragons take on that Scrap Tank again. Wheel of Doom for the face! I do not agree with that one bit.
I'm thinking he might have misplayed that one a little bit.
Yeah.
Perk 2 is where his Milloween really starts to scale up, get those golems fairly high.
JF seems to like his Lost Legionnaires, which I can respect. I do like that card quite a bit. I think it's a very underrated card.
Good Scrap Tank play by Cat. Protect his flame.
Yeah, and from JF to just protect his thing. Oh, that Clear Skies! That's good! That was a good Clear Skies!
That's where he uses it, like his Scrap Tank's low and they get that Arcane Golem up a little bit.
JF, you can tell he's been experimenting with that card to pull stuff off like that. Very flashy.
And now he's at the point where it's in his cycle and he can probably heal it again here in a little bit of mana.
Yeah, and he's got 2 Arcane Golems up. I don't think he'll be able to save that first Golem. Yeah, no. Oh, nearly. I thought that was the Clear Skies for a second. Let's not get too crazy here. Flightless Dragons, though. Real MVP for Cat so far.
Flightless Dragons are the MVP versus Milloween, I feel.
Oh yeah, definitely. Arcane Golem, slow attack speed, just has a real tough time dealing with them.
JF's kind of looking like he's losing the control a little bit here. He's getting pushed down pretty hard.
Yeah, he really needs to get the perk free soon so he can start the ball rolling with those Arcane Golems. It's still getting quite a bit done, mind you, though.
Ugh.
Ooh, unfortunate. If he just waited a little bit longer, he could have got a real juicy Wheel of Doom there.
JF's Wheel of Dooms have not been that strong this game. He's missed a couple.
No, they feel pretty weak, yeah. That Scrat Tank, this is looking really rough for JF. He has trouble dealing with that. And that Daggerfall, this is looking really bad for JF. It's looking very dangerous here. That Scrat Tank does do quite a lot of damage. Need to get a clear skies out. He's gonna die. Maybe not just yet, but the Daggerfall's gonna be coming in, so he really needs to start cycling out those clear skies.
If he does get to perk 3, I think he has a chance, but he's got to keep it.
Oh, he uses the Wheel of Doom just to keep the Warrior at bay.
Yeah, here's the perk 3. This is where JF has a chance to continue.
Oh no, with that bridge swap though, that's amazing.
He's got to clear skies or else he's dead.
He's got to clear skies right now. The Daggerfall's gonna kill him. Does Cat see it?
Yeah.
Oh no, just barely. He waited too long.
Well, that brings us 1-1 at least.
Just a little bit too slow to save him.
That Milloween deck, it looks terrifying if it can get going. Unfortunately, he just wasn't able to get going versus Cat's KP.
Yeah, I think Cat just put the pressure on really well in the early game. Able to keep pace with JF and just run him over after that second perk hit in.
Yeah, especially with Flightless Dragons being able to deal with so well with Arcane Golem.
Flightless Dragons and Scrap Tank won that game for Cat. There was just no way JF could deal with that Scrap Tank. It's really good against an Arcane Golem.
He also needed, if he would have got a little more value out of his Wheel of Dooms, it would have helped a ton. He seemed to be trading Wheel of Doom for 4 and 3 mana and just suboptimally there.
Yeah, the Wheel of Dooms really needed to be... He needs to be more patient with them, I feel. Here we go, up to the Ratbow now. Oh, they're having a little toast, I see. The Spear Thrower's split catch the bridge. You know, fairly standard KP early game.
Yeah, have 15 splitting units so you can get all the bridges. You're good. Seems like JF's decks just have a lot of problems dealing with Scrat Tank.
The perfect swarm split there. I like that.
Nice bridge drop by Cat, kills this out of the Plasma Marines up top.
Nice banner man from JF, keeping this Plasma Marine safe.
The bridge fight in this game is just insane. They just keep swapping back and forth.
Yeah, very competitive about this. No particularly special plays going on.
Now's pretty much the time for JFC. If you can get some good Dakas out of him, that'll probably be the key to this game. If you can get good
It's gonna be
Dakas there.
hard with this KP deck. There's a lot of multi-unit minions. I'm not really sure what the goal of this Rappo deck is, though. What does it do?
Good enough. Flame Imp's worth it.
Yep. It's free, so...
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure this Rappo deck. It kind of looks like he just wants bridge grab and try to push for Mana Frenzy, but if that's your case, you might as well. I think you should play a bridge run with it.
Yeah, Bridge Shrine Rappo is very strong. There's the Assassin as well. That confuses me. Why is an Assassin in the deck? Well, I guess people just like Assassin in general right now. It does do quite a lot of damage, as we see on how much the KP just took. That was close to 500 damage.
JF has been excellent on his Bannermans this game, protecting his Plasma Marines and even Propeller Scrats from Daggerfalls all game long.
Hmm.
He's got an XP advantage and an HP advantage here. It does seem to be working out for him.
A good Flame Imp and the Divine Warrior. The combo you'll love to hate.
Anything with Flame Imp behind it, I hate it. Yeah, JF's just seems to be able to pressure the bridges a whole lot, and it's only gonna get worse with Rappo perk 3 up.
Absolutely. Like, look at all those scrats go. Bring out a little buffer there to keep the flightless dragons away.
Also,
Ooh, misses a drone buzzer. That's gonna cost him.
Cat is getting a little unlucky. He doesn't seem to be getting shields on his drone brothers either yet. That'll be a little bit of a turning point when he gets to that a couple times in a row.
He's just getting a lot of rage potions. But he gets shields on the flightless dragons. I am informed this is the last match of the round, so after this match we'll be going straight into round 7. And it's looking like it's a neck and neck one, honestly.
Cat seems to be controlling the bridges a little bit better ever since. Even though
Jeff's
Rappo
taking a lot of damage from these spear throwers. Really can't underestimate their DPS. See how long it gets darker. Look at all those scrats, though.
Divine Warrior.
Nice screaming scrat. Oh, into the bridge sword, though. Nice counterplay. Ooh, I don't know about those spear throwers, though. That's... Well, I guess it kills the Xiao Long as well on the end, so it's probably fine. The instantaneous damage really coming in handy there. It looks like Cat's starting to get the upper hand here, just barely. The Assassin hasn't been too useful anymore.
No, the Divine Warrior seems to be really coming in clutch. The Assassin isn't, like, once you get shields on the things like Flightless Dragons, it doesn't, like, one-shot one of them, and it's becomes fairly useless.
As soon as Cat adapted to there being an assassin in the game, it's either Scrap Tank or it's Divine Warrior every time. He's listening out for it amongst all the chaos. Oh, managed to get it off there, though. Interesting bridge up there. Okay, that works out. It's a good Divine Warrior from JF, but it's not the kind of Divine Warrior you want to play.
JF just seemed to have a lot of problems keeping his range minions alive once we hit perk 3 for whatever reason.
Yeah, Catnip's Mana Frenzy 10 experience before JF. It's looking like with this amount of pressure, JF is not going to be able to hold out, though. These assassins really just didn't work out for him. That's going to be the game. Cat takes a set 2-1.
Is Cat undefeated still? I think so, right?
I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the standings overall, actually. I can check.
I'm pretty sure that was our last match of people being undefeated was Cat and JF.
Cat and JF. Yeah, you're right. Both of them were undefeated until now. And that puts Cat in first place, I believe, so far on the points. Oh, actually, looking at these standings, I haven't checked them before, but we got something really interesting. Menno, the one we watched this round, is actually in the top 8. They've only lost 1 match so far out of 6. They've been doing really well.
Yeah, who do they lose to in the first round? Lost to JF. So, yeah, that's respectively.
Yeah, lost to JF and then had a pretty good bracket going through up until beat Westland.
Yeah, Video Gamers only lost 1 game, which is to Cat. Thinking with Portals has been playing really good today too. Beating
July's only lost to Grey Wolf.
That's a weird loss. Yeah, because Grey Wolf seemed to be struggling a little bit today, so.
Hard to say what it is, really. Alright, let's recap the results of round 6 and then get into the last round of the Swiss stage. So we had Cat 2-1 JF, we had Gamer 2-0 James, July 2-1 Thinking of Portals, Menno 2-1 Westland, Zinyu 2-1 Hirosuke, Nuclear Goo 2-1 Grey Wolf. Then we had Darian 2-0 Fozen, Sane 2-0 Crabhead, Shavron 2-1 Fossa, Peruki 2-1 Dr. Death, Rolled 2-0 Chris, Nitwitty 2-1 Matranos, Yamate 2-1 Decimus, Gimme the Juice 2-0 Universal Flare, the Dover Nation 2-0 Hagen Gnome, Adrian 2-0 to 2-1 TJX Andy, and Cupith 2-1's Ray2. And now we will be going into round 7, and our last match will be JF versus Gamer. So we were watching from Gamer's perspective. We get to watch more JF.
I believe both are guaranteed to make top 8, correct? It appears to be that way.
It is. I don't know, actually. It might be possible they don't make it.
I think that would be pretty...
I think if Gamer gets 2-0'd, he has a chance of not making it to top 8. So Grey Wolf needs to win at least 1 match here.
Yeah. The top 8 is fairly close. You got Darian he's close there. That Zinyu, the new guy, and Sane has made a bit of a comeback after we watched this first game. Is just sitting outside at 12.
Actually, I'm being told. Okay, that's a subject for another time, I suppose. Yeah, don't worry about it. Actually.
Yeah, so we have 3 players just sitting 1 point behind Goo and James at 13. So again, we have Gamer and JF. We've watched Gamer play today already, right? I think
We've watched both of them play, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, I expect to see the King Puff banned away from Gamer again and the Ravager just because it's so strong. And then after watching that Clear Skies deck, Gamer might want to ban away the Milloween. I could see it if he watched any of it. I could see him possibly thinking about it. And of course, Ravager is just with the twins and the armored escort there, which that's just a lot of dealing with it. And so I assume Ravager is gone out of JF's arsenal. Also interested to see here, JF is playing a Hypnotize in his Setsu.
JF plays a lot of very, very strange stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder if Gamer... I mean, Gamer has a lot of experience playing against JF. I'm pretty sure he'll know what to ban here. We might end up overlooking that when we're thinking here.
Yeah.
Because I think the Ravager ban is an absolute.
100%. I think like I said, Ravager's gone the whole tournament. If you leave it open, you're going to be in for punishment there.
The question is, what else does Gamer ban here?
I could see him banning like the Milloween, just because he doesn't like dealing with Wheel of Doom, and that Clear Skies is really something to like a problem to deal with.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we've heard, we haven't actually seen directly how scary that Clear Skies is on JF's hands.
Well, I watched it. It was terrifying.
As for JF, I think he almost certainly bans King Puff and Ravager.
I just think everybody's banned. Yeah, I think Gamers' bans are so obvious this tournament because you don't want him to play King Puff. And Ravager is just...
don't want anyone to play Ravager.
Yeah. I personally think Gamer's best deck is Rapo, possibly. And
oh, interesting. You think it's stronger than the King Puff?
Yeah, I do. Maybe not. But it's the one that I would be best with, that's for sure.
Hmm.
So, but if you're looking at it, at the end of the day, when you get only one ban in the next round, you're just banning Ravager every time. I would think.
Absolutely. I think without a question, actually, because Ravager really has the potential to just roll you 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
So what does it make you makes you think Ravager is so strong right now?
His ability to play things like Armored Escort, I know Gamer doesn't have it in his, and then just sit on that Armored Escort until Brutus comes out, and then you just play it behind the Brutus, and then what does that other guy do? He plays into it, and then you play Daggerfall or Sunburn, Beam of Doom.
Kappa.
Like you just play anything. You just wait. You can sit there and wait on that Ravager push, and like
you can basically float mana from what I've heard.
Yeah, that's what I've seen too. People on ladder, if you're not tech against it, you can just see the floating of
bans
mana.
are in. They both ban Milloween and Ravager. No King Puff bans.
I'm excited. Gamer gets to play King Puff.
We're watching Gamer's stream again, boys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what it'll be. It'll be like a regular ladder match for Gamer.
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised that JF let that
through. I mean, Gamer does have a lot of matchup experience with Gamer because of just ladder in general. Maybe he thinks he's adapted to the King Puff.
I assume Gamer would play King Puff first. Why not? I mean, it's your best master. It's probably one of his better decks, no matter what, and it gives him the best chance to 2-0. So I would play that. Because they can, both these players still can fight for first if Cat loses, I believe. And so you want to get that 2-0 for sure. See if you can get that round or that rank 1 in it.
All right, looks like we're all ready to go. The green light has been sent. You are, of course, watching the 27th King Puff Cup, sponsored by AMD, SteelSeries, and Beta Dwarf Entertainment.
Yeah, so I expect Gamer to bring the KP first, and I would assume JF.
I think KP is so well-rounded, you kind of have to bring him first, just to test the waters.
And then JF maybe brings Setsu, I would assume. Oh, look at that.
Give me those viewers, fighters. Let's go.
Gamer does have the Prowler to deal with Rammer very well too, so.
Okay, JF's gonna take the punishment from these spear throwers here. People really underestimate the spear throwers' DPS when they throw the spears out. It is not to be ignored.
Yeah.
You see JF takes about 350 damage there. It's a lot to take in the early game.
Yeah, that Prowler dealing so well with that Rammer too. It's probably not going to get more than one hit off every time it's played this game.
Absolutely. And it forces out the Divine Warrior as well, which is pretty good for Gamer.
Last man Bouncer gets some chip damage. Dragon. Oh no, he's going with the
He was
assassin.
considering the ridge swap there. That would have been an interesting play. Oh, good shot drop from JF. That actually saves us how long. That was good. I think Gamer could have... No, it would have been righteous how long. That would have been worse, actually. That was rough. That was rough for Gamer.
Gamer is probably content going even with JF until
Ooh,
misses the assassin.
This is the prediction on it. He thought he was still chasing the Swarmer. I like the bridge swap. I like it. I think that's a good time to use it. Into the Divine Warrior again.
Just keeping that Rammer away from doing damage. Gamer's content with keeping this game even until perk 2, and that's probably where he wants to try to take over a bit.
With the health disadvantage, I wouldn't say it's even. I'd say Gamer has the advantage. I don't know about that Blast Monster, though. That seems a bit sketchy to me.
Ooh, nice play.
I like that Morgul, yeah. Oh, good shock rock from JF, though.
Gamer currently doesn't have any bridge grab, which is kind of making him fall behind a little bit here.
Well, all he needs is perk 2 to maybe get some damage on him. Oh, I don't think he wanted that power to redirect like that.
No. Gamer maybe doing some unusual misplays in this this set here. Good shock rock.
JF shock rocks have been on point, though.
Ooh. Good swap.
Very good swap. Gamer back on form a bit. Unfortunately, the perk 2 doesn't seem to have done nearly as much this game as he would have liked. It just really doesn't seem to be having much of an impact against JF here. Well, there's the Hypnotize. First time this game he's played it.
Second one, but with the combustion.
He has a combustion in this deck.
I guess so. He's playing it with the Hypnotize. That's interesting. But against the shields, it's not doing a whole lot.
He does. He's been holding on to that the whole game. This really hasn't been an opportunity to use it. Let alone a good one.
Gamer's getting a good push off here with some damage.
Oh, I think I understand it. I think the play is to Hypnotize and then combustion it immediately. That way,
Oh, that's
it'll
a good
deal all the
Hypnotize.
damage to its units. Yeah, there we go.
I
That
think
was
that's
pretty good, actually.
Oh, I don't know if you want to swap that. It's I think
Yeah,
it's a
it's
good
fine.
hypnotize there, but the issue is now he doesn't have mana to defend this push very well.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough.
Divine Warrior.
Fine more day. If he plays the Dragon Ball, I think he should have played the Dragon Ball. JF would have been screwed. I don't think JF would have had an answer to that Dragon Ball.
Yeah, me neither. Oof,
The
that
Rama charging on through. Oh, it doesn't even get close to face. Game is playing super safe now. But that's Setsu. The Setsu damage is getting really scary now.
Yeah, one good jump at a Setsu could end this game.
Here he comes. The shield's up though. Oh, but he jumps onto the bridge. I wasn't expecting that. Doesn't quite hold the bridge yet though.
Oh, he didn't get
Doesn't
the.
take the bridge.
Uh-oh.
There's the hypnotize. That
Oh,
looks like
this-
it might be it. Gamer, the scrap barely takes the bridge, but that's not enough.
So close.
That's a late game surprise from JF with the combustion. Really paid off for him there. Holding on to like the whole game. He held on to it so long we forgot about it.
JF beating gamers KP, that's pretty that's I mean that's the way you want to start it out. Beat a good
Yeah.
is KP and
That's
Center.
what I thought might happen. I thought JF just knew the matchup. And I guess he did.
yeah, showing confidence with his pick ban phase. Just
Oh,
yeah,
we're
you go
right
ahead play
into it
KP.
again. These players are getting so impatient with their matches. Right into it. Gamer switching up to his Ratbo. Oh, that's a misplay.
Gamer seems maybe a little tilted right now. I don't necessarily know why
That's
that
a-
is, but
I mean, who loses to hypnotized combustion combos? That's pretty tilting. Now everyone online is going to be trying that out for like the next week. That's such a flashy combo.
still gets the hit.
I don't like that Wheel of Doom at all. I can,
JF
s- I can see what Gamer was going for with that Wheel of Doom, but it wasn't good.
No, I think I would have rather see him play the Morgul because you take one hit anyways. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously, I don't think he actually knew he'd still take one hit. I thought he might be. I think he thought he might be able to kill it in time. At which point, it'd probably been worth it.
keeps top bridge. That's important.
Picking out that pesky Xiao, too. There comes Drama. Let's see what he does this time. He goes for it again. Oh, with the Curse Bearer, though, this time. That's more like it.
So he's clearly willing to take the 4 mana for 4 mana trade there to keep him alive.
Yeah, I think that's indicative that all Gamer really wants to do right now is maintain the board state. Maintain the board state and just go for late game with Ratbo. Because there does become a point where the scraps are just too much for Setsu to deal with, even with the reloads.
Yeah.
That's generally
Yep.
going to be... Yeah, basically, if he can secure perk 3 way before Setsu hits perk 2, perk 3 herself, then he's got a really good shot of winning this game. Yeah, there he is again. The knockback on that Wheel of Doom is super useful.
Yeah, if Setsu doesn't get that perk 3 to get the shock down or whatever, then he just doesn't have a way to answer all the little scratch Gamer will have. Uses Shock Rock to defend face.
Now, the propeller scrat's getting quite a lot of value this game, though. You don't... Oh, and then the instant plasma marines from JF. Ready to take those bridges.
Gamer wanting to Daka.
I like that Daka a lot. I think that's a good Daka.
If you can get Zao every time with it, I think that's worth Daka too.
Absolutely. And it keeps the bottom bridge in his favor, which is crucial for this game. Like, look at his experience advantage. And that's a good Wheel of Doom.
Oh, combustion.
Oh no! Oh no! This is terrible! Oh!
Oh gosh, that was so much damage.
Oh no! Gamer!
Uh-oh.
He completely forgot about that!
He does have perk 2 with quite a big lead, like Setsu won't be there for a good amount of time.
Yeah, but he needs to end this game quickly. He does not need something like that happening again. Oh,
Yeah,
gets the face hit with Wheel of Doom in now.
He recognizes that, so that's why he's doing that. Plasma Marines and a face hit. Needs to end it quick. Because Setsu can start jumping here soon.
She's gonna jump now.
You can't do that. No!
No, not again!
You gotta daggerfall it! Oh gosh.
Get the Daggerfall in, thank goodness. Gamer, please, my heart! I can't take this! You're killing me over here.
Again, willing to Daka that Zao.
Gamer's gotta just go all out now. One more Setsu jump could end the game here. Here it comes.
He's gonna wheel the Doom Setsu, I hope. Oh, no. Doesn't have to.
Just plays it a bit further back. Trying to play the patient game here. Which gives Gamer plenty of opportunity to save up some mana.
There comes that rammer.
Yep,
That was
barely
so
stops it in
close.
time. Gamer is playing life on the edge here. Oh, Dark is not quick enough.
I don't think it was worth it. I think you save that Daka for the Zao as much as you can.
Yeah, JF looks like he's gonna go down here though. The swarms are going too much for him.
Gamer's 5 off lethal. 15, sorry. Uh-oh.
Oh wait!
Oh
he
gosh!
doesn't
Oh my gosh! Oh, it was so close.
That was super close. JF didn't have perk 3 yet. He still didn't have it. That was the crit. That was. That decided the match right there.
I thought that Wheel of Doom was crazy, but it worked out.
Gamer truly playing life by the edge there.
That Setsu is scary though. That hypnotized Kibushi combo on those Scrat Horde. Oh my word. Rappo v Rappo.
The mirror match. Nice Daggerfall from Gamer to start it off. He's back on form.
I feel like that feels bad. Also, I hate that interaction.
I love it. It's great.
It just stands there.
I love it because of the amount of reports we get asking if it's a bug.
Gamer's got a ton of pressure control in his Rappo. It's all in this mirror matchup. That's all what it's about. As long as you can stay ahead.
Yep, Morgul connecting the face there. Gonna get a bit of annoying damage in.
Even hits the flame imp.
Yep, game was off to a good start here.
Just gonna use face to tank Zao and kill it. Good choice.
That was a late Daggerfall. Oh, that actually disposes of the Scrap Horde. The Bannerman buff? Kappa? He increases Bannerman stats there.
Oh, he one-shot Scrats now, so...
Oh, that's a good point, he does. That actually changed that matchup.
Yeah. Gamer is about 20 XP ahead. I think that's going to be huge. If he can start docking either the Flaments or the Zows before JF
I
gets
think
that.
The flames are moving on. Oh, that's a good screaming scrap. Again with the late Daggerfalls. I mean, to this point, JF is preemptively shielding the Plasma Marines.
Willing to dock of the Bannerman, which is, I guess it's fine. Willing to kill his own scrats.
Yeah, get some face damage in as well.
JF is low. I didn't recognize. He's at only 925.
Gamer's been doing a lot of good pressure this match, yeah.
Divine Warrior coming in clutch, just tanks damage. It's OP.
Again with the Daggerfall, so that's really questionable.
Well, especially since you've seen JF hit it several times, just preemptively banner that. Gamer is still about 20 EXP ahead, and as long as he can keep that mentality, perk 3 will probably win him the game.
Okay, that was a bit better for Daggerfall that time. I'm not sure what he's trying to accomplish with those Daggerfalls, but he got it that time.
I don't really like the Daka.
No.
Could have just played Scrat Horde and then Daka, and it would have died.
JS Daka seems to be pretty strong.
Gamer seems to be losing a little bit of control here. I don't understand why you're up so much.
That's a pretty good flaming down there. Probably Daka worthy? Yeah, there we go. JF has seemed to stabilize at that health total. It's important to note.
The real question is can he hold off for his own perk 3?
Yeah. Gamer's about to hit his, which in the Rappo mirror is very significant.
Especially so far ahead, 20 XP. Oh,
we
Daka
Daka's
face!
Don't see that very often.
What an
That's a
animal!
lot of damage. That might be what he needs. The Wheel of
Yeah.
Doom hits face as well.
Yeah,
One more wheel on the Daggerfall will do it.
no cares given for Gamer. Daka face, win games. Gamer, stop trying to get greedy with it. I know you want a Daka finish. Pretty much just waiting for that Divine Warrior to run out and then
waiting
just
for it to get out the way.
send
Here
it.
comes the Wheel of Doom. That's the set. Gamer takes the set 2-1.
With a close game too, and yeah.
So that is going to tie it up for Group 7. I am going to get confirmation if that is the end of the group stage or we need to do any tiebreaker matches. So we'll be going to a break for now. We'll see how things pan out. Stay tuned, guys. Alright, guys. We're sorry for the wait. We had some deliberations to do. But we finally have the conclusion of the top 8 results. Well, kind of a conclusion. We'll get to that. Alright, so in this order, the results, the top 8 are, we have first place is Cat, second place is Video Gamer 77, third place is Sane, fourth is JF, fifth is Thinking with Portals, sixth is James 28, and seventh is July, and we will be having a tiebreaker for 8th place between Darian and Menno, which will be a best of 3 match, which is what we will be casting next. So we get one more game, Java.
Do we? Is
Oh,
Erie?
I do. You're still. I
don't-
think you're here for the top 8, aren't you?
I think so, because Erie's not here, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's me. Unconfirmed, but we are spectating Darian.
Yep, we'll watch from Darian's perspective. This is a best of 3 to decide who gets a top 8. July is not part of the tiebreaker because July has a head-to-head win over Darian, meaning he is excluded by, I think, Buchholz. And Sane's score was incorrectly recorded on the Swiss site, meaning he was 3 points lower than he should have been.
So again, we got Darian playing that red golem Rappo. I'm curious. We'll see that ban. I wonder if Menno will even know to ban it. I don't even know. He might not know.
I'm not sure, honestly. It's going to be hard to see these guys' decks. I have to go to the participants list.
Yeah.
I know both of these players are very competitive, though, and Menno's pulled off some really good matches this tournament, so I think they both deserve to be in the top.
I haven't seen Menno before, and I was impressed in the one game that we watched.
Yeah.
And of course,
all right, we got the
Darian.
bans coming in now. Darian bans a Ravager. Menno bans Ratbo and Setsu. I was waiting for Darian's last ban to come in.
Well, good news is Menno did know to ban Darian Rap.
I feel like Darian will probably... I feel like he'll go for the Setsu ban here. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I think it makes the most sense, unless he's really scared of that Stormbringer. Like, I think it's been banned a few times.
I don't think you should be scared of that Stormbringer. I don't think it's nearly as dangerous as it looks.
Yeah, I just think like Crossbow Guild and Last Stand are kind of like mediocre. They both aren't real good versus Dragon Ball. That's what's played a lot right now. Yeah. There's a lot of rush decks, like a lot of quick games we got going on, and Stormbringer just doesn't deal well with that. Setsu is the last ban by Darian.
Yep, and he banned Setsu like I thought, so... It's going to be Menno's Stormbringer and King Puff versus Darian's Ratbo and... Wait, is it Ratbo?
No, his Rappo.
No, not Ratbo. Volko and Milloween.
Yeah, this is kind of a little bit interesting. You got a bit of a new blood here with Menno and kind of like a classic player in Darian. New versus old. This is what I want to see. I want to see new players step up into the roles of being able to compete with some of the veteran guys. I want to see somebody like, you know, just roll over Cat one series. That would just be great. A new guy comes up from the ranks, and I guess this is the first step. So we are seeing the Milloween for Darian and the KP for Menno. Well, would have been much better if you would have killed the Zao with that. Unfortunately, it still lives. Daggerfall's quite good there.
The one Spear Thrower managed to take that bridge back. Very annoying for Darian. Although Menno has to deploy a Morgul anyways.
Darian's got a ton of bridge grab in this Milloween, so I'm sure he's not too worried about that. Tantrum throws finished off a little bit of the Soul Stealer. Xiaolong being unchecked does good damage to face. I feel like Durian is one of the few players that have brought Cleaver this tournament.
Yeah, you mentioned Cleaver's not that good right now. With all these multi-unit minions, I can absolutely see why.
Yeah.
Like, but then again, Cleaver is mostly a defensive card anyways. So I presume there's at least one card in your opponent's deck that Cleaver counters it's worth bringing. Just to get rid of it.
Yeah, I could see it. And it's really good against Defenso. And people are still bringing a decent number of Defensos.
Yeah, Defenso is always good when there's multi-unit minions in the meta.
Yeah, it's good against Scrat Tank. It's good against everybody's bringing Milloween, so it one-shots the Arcane Golem.
Yeah, it's a bit of a rock, paper, scissors matchup. The multi-unit minions beat the Cleaver, the Defenso beats the multi-units, and Cleaver beats the Defenso. Oh, I like that Shock Rock. That's good from Durian. And it clears them all out so the Soul Stealer doesn't really get much out of it. Very nice.
Good
Nice Daggerfall. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Softens up the Legionnaires, kills the Soul Stealers, so...
Yep. The Arcane Golem's nice and fat already. Good stuff from Darian so far.
He's got quite an XP lead on the KP. I don't know if that Shock Rock was in a good spot. Just, you know, he's got the prop word and the available to it, so. Durian just being patient though. KP does struggle with perk 3 Milloween, and Durian probably recognizes that, so he's probably just willing to chill until perk 3. Rammer only getting one hit off there.
Well, one hit's definitely significant at this stage in the game. The players are starting to get quite low. Both bloodied and bruised. Menno's strategy seems to rely a lot on this Soul Stealer.
No shields again on those buzzers. Soul Stealer getting good damage off. Durian kind of looking like he's trying to end it all.
Yeah, I think he realizes the Rammer in Menno's deck is just so much more threatening. Like, he deploys a Cleaver to get rid of it. That's when you know things are desperate. Oh, but that Bazooka Scrap, though, that's potentially dangerous. The instant kill on the Morgul, though, kills it. Nice sacrifice from Menno, I like it. Nice Legionnaires, too! Although he's getting hit in the face with the 9-stack Arcane Golem, he can take it.
The shielded prop horde, just insane there.
Yeah, and a prop horde from Durian onto the Soul Stealer.
Illy Cleaver kills about 15 things.
You know, regular Illu Cleaver. That's a 1-mana card.
Durian looked like he's saving that Cleaver again for the Rammer.
You have to. You don't have a choice. There's nothing else he has that will stop it.
Legionnaires again to block the Arcane Missiles.
Yeah, the Legionnaires are really helping Menno out here.
Oh,
but the
Cleaver hit face!
That's
He did
it, that's
dagger
it, that's
fall!
lethal! That's
Oh,
lethal.
gosh.
The Scrats are gonna get it. Durian takes game 1.
There we go.
Durian holding out really well there in the late game.
Perk 3 Millo turns out just to be a little too strong for KP there. And relying on that Soul Stealer, it did a little bit of work, but not enough.
So that leaves Menno with the Stormbringer, the really weird Stormbringer. We're at least going to get to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I was disappointed when it got banned last time, just because I want to see as a Stormbringer main myself.
It's the last stand I'm very interested in, because I actually think that's really good right now. Like, you can just dodge the Wheel of Doom with it. I think Last Stand is a massive threat because no one runs removal that can get rid of it. It's only Wheel of Doom. And not everyone ran Wheel of Doom this tournament.
Which I thought was strange. Wheels. I don't
It was
like
really
when
good.
Darian does this a lot, where he plays cheese date in one lane. I'd like to see him try to predict like the split come in and try to grab both bridges.
Yeah. What?
See ya?
Okay, get rid of that nonsense. Out of here.
I mean, to be fair, Darian doesn't have a good way to deal with a crossbow guild.
He has a Daggerfall.
Kills a few.
And I suppose he can set up a push with the Arcane Golem, but that's going to be pretty slow. Yeah, it's death by 1,000 cuts on this cleaver here. There's the Last Stand. Interesting. He's just going to let that Arcane Golem die. There's not a whole lot he can do about it. Is there much he can do about this in general?
No, I mean, he can play prop ward, but it'll just get killed by the crossbow guild.
It's good enough with the Shock Rock to defend them. But it's quite a bit of damage on Darian's face there from the Last Stand.
Not only that, Darian hasn't seen a bridge for a good amount of time for almost.
Yeah, Menno's got that very important perk too. It's going to be a royal nuisance with the Crossbow Guild. This is when Crossbow Guild just becomes flat out obnoxious.
Especially since he doesn't have a good way to deal with it. There's no Blance Spencer, there's no Dragon Ball, no Wheel.
Yeah. And now his extremely slow Arcane Golem is just going to get outranged.
It just gets chipped away at Stormbringer is just annoying versus Milo a little bit.
Oh, I like the Divine Warrior there. Super aggressive.
There you go,
Arcane
Darian
missiles
committing
on the Crossbow Guild.
See, I want to see him split that cheese state. He just doesn't do it.
That Bannerman was almost good. I'm wondering what that warrior got hit by.
Why not bottom bridge with this? What is going?
What? So confused.
Yeah, me too.
I don't understand this Gorak sacrifice. Why is it here? It's so weird.
Darian committing arcane missiles to the crossbow guild every time, which I think is a good choice.
Even if he gets it off, I don't think it's that good in this matchup. And now he's just dying to the Scrat Horde.
Yeah, Darian has clawed his way back and done tons of damage. What is going on?
And now the Xiao Long's connected to the Menno's face. There's a lot of damage. I think Menno's just dead. Yep, he's dead.
What?
Darian takes a tiebreaker 2-0, and Darian will be going to the top 8.
What happened?
I just don't think that deck works.
He was doing so well, and then he just decided to Gorak sacrifice his Zhao. I
If he
didn't
just
quite
called the
understand.
Gorak sacrifice or the Grenadier or something, that would have been a pretty good deck.
Yeah,
Actually, I think most Stormbringers just need to include Grenadier. That card's overpowered, but, you know.
especially with the extra range. I agree.
Absolutely. And it's only 2 mana.
Yeah, and imagine if you put a wall in front of that thing, you know?
It's crazy. No one knows about it.
Yeah.
This is my PSA to everyone on the ladder for the next week before I leave. Play Grenadier Stormbringer. It's so good. But anyways, that is going to bring the top 8 to a close. I'll give a nice recap of our top 8 before we do so, but it's been a pleasure joining you guys for the group stage cast. Unfortunately, I'll have to go now, but I believe Java will be staying for the top 8 and will be joined by none other than Rush second, KPI winner. So the top 8 in this order goes: first place is Cat, second place is Video Gamer 77, third place is Sane, fourth is JF, fifth is Thinking with Portals, sixth James 28, seventh July, and eighth Dick. All right, we'll be cutting to a 10-minute or so break where we get the casters set up and everyone set up for top 8. Everyone get their drinks or whatever. It's been a pleasure casting with you guys. And I will see you, well, your usual places, I suppose. See you guys.
Later.